And welcome into Week 7 of the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights as we get ready to take on the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets versus the Watkins Memorial Warriors. Stay tuned for the Starting Point pregame show.
Hey, football fans, as we cheer on our teams this season, let's talk about a crucial support team right here in Mount Vernon.
At Starting Point Pregnancy and Family Resource Center, we're here to support you through every decision, just like a coach guides you through the big game.
Whether it's about pregnancy testing or exploring your options, Starting Point is all about giving you the information and support you need.
Just like every play counts on the field, every choice you make for your life matters.
For more information, visit knoxstartingpoint.com.
Knox Starting Point, you have more choices than you think.
And welcome into the Starting Point pregame show. I'm Kyle Kirster along with Austin Maurice, and tonight we're bringing you action from Mount Vernon as the Yellow Jackets play host to the Watkins Memorial Warriors. And Austin, you look at the standings, and Mount Vernon's 2-4, but last 2 weeks have been positive. They've been on the winning side of things, as you say, as their inaugural season into the LCL continues. Watkins comes in at 0-6, and you say to yourself, what am I going to see here tonight?
Yeah, it's tough to really tell when you look at it because you look on paper at this, and this might be one where you have to look a little bit beyond that, but you look at the paper on this and you see a 2-4 team, you see an 0-6 team. You look at it and say, I'm going to see some questionable football, some teams and stuff like that, but at the same time, Buckeye Conference just getting going. Again, we have Mount Vernon, they're 1-0 in the conference, and you got Watkins that's 0-1. So just getting going in it, but at the same time, like you said, for Mount Vernon, they won their last 2 games, so they are on a little bit of a roll. Before that, they got outscored 76-0, so it's a good thing they turned that around. And for Watkins, they got to start trying to figure something out. They're only averaging 12 points a game on offense, so they got to find a way to get some sort of offensive drives going in this game. Sustained pressure with the ball is going to be huge for them.
And one of the things that we're going to have to see here tonight also as this game continues to go on, as it's homecoming night, is you see in the schedule and the results of the games on Mount Vernon side a lack of overall consistency and a little bit streaky, right? So do you get the continuation of the positive streak you're on, or do they fall back a little bit? Because while you look across the sidelines and you see an 0-6 Watkins Memorial team, which you may not seem is an 0-6 Division I team that's played some similar opponents to you, one who put a 41-0 licking on you, and they only lost 21-28. So what are we looking at here is Watkins has been a perennial power in the LCL year in and year out. They're right there on the edge of the Columbus suburbs. They've got a lot of influx of students that when you get into the normal LCL of the Utica, Northridge, Johnstown, you get a little less exposure of the overall athletes and you get a little more ground and pound game. Watkins will come at you a little more athletic and in the air. They want to try to space things out. They want to try to move the ball up and down the field. And how is Mount Vernon going to handle that kind of offense?
No, for sure, because again, 0-6, but maybe a little different level of 0-6. Like you're saying, the competition they've gone up against been a little bit better than what Mount Vernon's faced so far this year. So how do you respond? Again, Division I, can have some good athletes. It's a competitive team to try and make it onto. So yeah, 0-6, but a competitive 0-6. When they're losing, it's not that they're getting blown out and absolutely squashed. They're keeping games within a touchdown or two. And so for Watkins, they believe that they should have a couple of wins on the season. So they're going to come into this and they're going to look and say, okay, yeah, we're 0-6. Mount Vernon might be looking over to us thinking that. But at the same time, Mount Vernon's only 2-4. So for Watkins, they absolutely feel like this is a gettable game. You're on the road. Yeah, you're in Mount Vernon, but maybe that's distracting the athletes a little bit. It's homecoming night. I feel like we followed every homecoming night for the last 3 weeks. And with that, it's just been kind of tricky as far as that environment that home crowd can bring and all the atmosphere that goes with it, as exciting as it is, maybe kind of difficult for the athletes to stay focused.
Yeah, and focus is always key. As we've seen throughout the whole entire season, the amount of penalties and bad plays that have affected the games has been outstanding. But we're going to step out for a commercial as you're listening to the Starting Point pregame show.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community, offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m., now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
If market volatility is keeping you awake at night, call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal. As our old high school football coach would remind us, the true champion is found with your ability to bounce back after a loss. So stop losing sleep and call the team who will coach you through the good times and the bad times. Spearman Financial Services, financial plans that last a lifetime.
Securities offered through Valmark Securities Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Valmark Advisors Incorporated, SEC registered investment advisor. Spearman Financial Services is a separate entity from Valmark Securities Incorporated and Valmark Advisors Incorporated. Past performances cannot guarantee future results. One cannot invest directly in an index.
Welcome back into the Starting Point pregame show as we have Mount Vernon taking on the Watkins Memorial Warriors. And as we were talking earlier in the pregame show about the disparity in the records, the point of the season where you're 7 in, you're staring down the final steps here. You don't have a whole lot left. And as a team in these two situations, what you're looking for is to find a way to build into next year with what you got and the kids that are going to be coming back. And you know, obviously you want to give the seniors a good ride on their way out the door for all their hard work they put in there. But at the same time, as a coach, you got to kind of look at it as I also got to look at what's going to happen next year. And you don't ever want to really roll into one season to a next on a down note.
No.
No matter how bad the season may have went, you always try to look for something at the back end of that that started to build that momentum you can take into the next season.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to have there's no doubt, if you're going to watch this game tonight, you're going to see two hungry teams. Both of these teams absolutely going to want to get a win. If you're Watkins, you want to get off the schneid, man. You don't want to be 0-6 heading into 0-7. You want to find a way to get that win. Again, if anything else, just for kind of the pride. And that's a team that's been very familiar with winning 9-3 last year, 8-4 the year before. That is a team that success is something that they really expect. And so clearly they're in a rebuild mode. But you got to believe that they want to get on the right foot and heading that direction as the second half of the season gets going.
No doubt, and that's where you're at this story. I mean, neither one of these teams have ideas of grandeur of getting into the playoffs. Now, Mount Vernon has an outside chance if they can really I mean, they're going to have to run the whole bottom of the rest of their schedule, and they're going to have a score differential that's really going to start ballooning to allow to alleviate some of those earlier season losses if they want to even sniff into the playoffs at this time. Watkins, you're 0-6. I mean, unless you go find the 4 top teams in Ohio and beat them in consecutive weeks. Most times at this stage, you just got to say, what am I doing in the next season? But I also know dealing with Watkins, as you said, it's a storied program that's had a long line of success down there. And they've been a perennial power inside the LCL. And as you look across the field, you notice that injuries had kind of bugged them down a little bit in the early part of the season. And so you wonder now as they start to get some of these kids back a little bit healthier, and how does that play into this game tonight? As again, you're looking at week 7 here. You got to find some way, and unfortunately, a poor lineman falls down. But you got to find some way, like you said, to get off that unwinnable track.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. It's nowhere that you want to be as a team. But the only way to get out of it is going to be as a team. You have to gel together. No one player is above the rest of the team. So they got to find a way to gel together in this game, play as a unit, and really come in here in Mount Vernon and try and make something happen. If you're Mount Vernon, on the other hand, though, like you said, there is that outside shot at the playoffs. If you win the right way, you got to run the table the rest of the season, you would think. There's a few guys for them that I really think are going to have to step up. You're going to have Jake Taylor, the senior quarterback for them. He's the heartbeat of this team. He's the way that it makes it go. Only averaging a 50% completion rate this year, but he's been running on the ground pretty well. 240 yards. He does have 4 touchdowns, has 1 fumble, but he managed to get it back. So he's somebody to watch for. And obviously Maverick Gregory, 47 carries, 364 yards, and 3 TDs. And then on the receiving end of things, you want to watch out for Luke Hubbard. He's a wide receiver. He's got 16 receptions, 240 yards, also has 2 TDs. So for them, their playmakers are going to have to show up tonight.
Yeah, and no doubt, and you got to carry it as you're saying. It's homecoming night. You don't want to go into homecoming dance tomorrow on a sour note because you lost the football game. And as you're on the other side of the field with Watkins, you're wanting to come in here and make a noise. You want to ruin that night for him as best you can, because what is the whole point of having a school rivalry if you're at least not giving the other school a little discomfort to their day? But in these situations also, as you're Watkins, again, you're playing a team that's in their inaugural season in the LCL. That's the first time Mount Vernon's played these schools. This is the first time they're getting a lot of daily exposure now throughout the season and continuing seasons with these schools. And you don't want to be one of the teams that your first battle with them is a loss.
No.
And so you're going to have a little bit of that chip on your shoulder. Mount Vernon's going to have the chip of, we are 1-0 in the LCL. And as we talked, you need to run it out. Why not keep running it out? And to get a victory over a Division I school, being that Mount Vernon's Division II, the points that it adds to the back end of your schedule is a great weight to have, and it gets you into that. So there isn't a sense that Mount Vernon doesn't have anything to play for.
No, not at all.
But they're going to have to play hard, and they're going to have to play fast, because I think what they're going to see is a brand of football from Watkins is not what you normally expect out of an LCL team. Johnstown has forever been a destructive force running the ball, and that's just who they are and what they've done. And they've got a great program all the way down into the young ages, into the grade school ages. I remember covering Coach Carter back when he was taking them to the state playoffs and state champions. Johnstown just knows what to do to hand a running back, and it's a stable out there. They never really get depleted. They just keep turning around. Watkins doesn't play that kind of game fully with you. Watkins wants to spread you out. Watkins wants to get the ball in the air, a little bit more like what Granville presents as well. And they had a little bit of a battle last week with Granville and came up again on the short end of that, but I want to say by 10 points. So they can run with you. Is their ability to take advantage of that passing game and get ahead. How does Mount Vernon respond to that? You look at their numbers, you look at their games. They're better when you keep it tight. They're better when you keep it down low and not try to get above 30. If you get above 30 and try to play catch-up or speed race to the highest points at the end of the game, I think that's where Mount Vernon's going to struggle tonight.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Because Watkins, they're going to want to come out strong. They want to kind of come out quick. And like you said, they have the kind of offense and the kind of team that they can do that. That is the way that they try to set up. And you got to be careful if you're Mount Vernon. You have to start out strong if you're Mount Vernon tonight. Because, again, I know they're 0-6. I know we've said that a few times already. But the fact of the matter is they're 0-6, but have played some tough teams and have played some close games and very easily could be 3-3, if not a little bit better. And so you have to be careful if you're Mount Vernon tonight. You can't look at that score. You can't look at that record and say, oh, we'll be fine. We can just take the night off and head into a homecoming weekend. So they're going to have to gear up and get ready for this game, because I think it's going to be tougher than maybe you would think when you just look at the stats.
Oh, without a doubt. And they're getting ready to get geared up right now. We're about a minute and a half away here from kickoff, as I do believe Mount Vernon will be doing the kicking duties to start this game.
Give the defense a chance, though, to try and get out there on the field and make their presence known. If you're Watkins, you want to start off quick, though, that's for sure.
Take the wind out of the sails. Anytime you go into a visiting team's field, that was always the first thing, is no matter what you're doing, either offensive or defensively, you want that first series to kind of help set that tone and say, look, your field doesn't give you an advantage, so now what are we going to do? And Watkins will get the ball first to start off, as they're going to get set up here for the kickoff. And number 4 will be back deep to return, as that's going to be John Appel. And I believe joining him back there is Braden Waldron. So they will be the return men for the Warriors, as they'll set up shop right about the 5-yard line. And Mount Vernon gets their play call, comes out onto the field here.
Mount Vernon, somebody to keep an eye on tonight, too. Number 8, Hayden Higgins. He's somebody that, not the biggest guy, not the biggest stature guy that you're going to see out there, but he's a big heartbeat for this team. He's somebody that he represents the leadership on this team. He's a senior. He's experienced. He wants to win. And I've actually heard some interviews with him. He's an impressive young man. He's somebody that I think is going to show up tonight. Again, it's going to be his last homecoming he's going through, so for him, he's savoring every moment tonight.
No doubt. And these are those nights where you have, like you said, maintain your focus. Don't let it drift a little bit further back. And the officiating crew here is taking a little bit extra time, help explain some of the rules, make sure everybody is on the same place and that there's no assumptions made. Because you know what happens when you make assumptions.
You sure do.
And it's never good.
No.
But you know what is good? The man running the camera, Gary. That's all you need to know. All right, so we're going to finally get started here as Mount Vernon gets the ball teed up at the 40-yard line on the near hash mark. And gets ready to kick it off as he's got a low, wobbly kick. It's going to bounce at about the 15, take another bounce there, be picked up at about the 4. He'll get out to about the 10-yard line. Made a man miss. He's got the Jets around the 25. He's got that speed that's going to get you in trouble, my friend, as he's out across the 40. He cuts it back into the middle of the field. I don't think anybody's catching him. This is what I was telling you about, and there's the laundry that we always expect back at the 45.
Oh, my goodness. We talked about a quick start, and you found it, but, boy, those darn yellow flags, man. Get you. It's the turf monster and the laundry monster.
I mean, and I'll be honest with you, the laundry monster over the last couple of weeks has been extremely aggressive.
Oh.
I don't know if people have forgotten to feed it. I don't know what's been going on, but even water bottles don't keep it away. So after what would have been a beautiful 98-yard kickoff return to start the game and kind of say hello, they introduced themselves with a penalty at the 45-yard line. So it's still a great return. Can't take anything from that young man away. They're going to start with the ball at the 45-yard line. As the fans here for Mount Vernon start letting them know you can't do that.
That's nice of them. That's a friendly gesture.
So out they come finally off to the sideline into the formation, shotgun formation, one far right, 3 to the near side left. Snap, handoff right up the middle, and he gets maybe about 2 yards there as Drew Samuels handed the ball off.
And so that's a little bit deflating right there if you're Watkins, man. An exciting start, but at the same time, a little jolt of energy into the arm right there. If you're the offense, you got to come out here, recover from that, and show that you have the ability to not only score it on special teams right there, but your offense can run right down the field and do the same thing.
So Drew Samuels, junior quarterback, looks over to the sideline to get the play call. Cook steps up on his left-hand side. Even splits in the shotgun, 2 left, 2 to the right. And man in motion from left to right, turns, hands it off. That's going to be Cook, spin move, and he's going to somehow keep momentum forward out to the 45, back to the original line of scrimmage. And he'll go down there, bring it up 3rd and 10. Not what you want playing behind the chains for the Watkins Memorial Warriors.
Nah, looks like that's actually JoJo Tolliver that's
Even
out
better.
there, too.
Excuse me, yes, sir, that is JoJo Tolliver.
Yes.
I apologize. The print on the schedule or the roster is a wee bit small for this old man's eyes. And so, yes, 28 and 29 bleed. So that is Tolliver in the backfield. Snap. Fakes Tolliver this time as he drops back, looking over the middle of the field. Pressure comes. He steps out to the outside. He's got a receiver there at the 40 of the Yellow Jackets, and it's caught for a first down. As that is, I believe, Cody York on the reception.
Yeah, Cody York making his presence known right there. And you had mentioned it, the ability to kind of go both ways. Not only can they run the ball a little bit, but they can pass the ball right there. And you got a decent little mix of both. Running game a little bit stuffed up front. But love to see how JoJo kind of gets going as this game goes on. Those legs get churning and warmed up a little bit. I think it could be a good night for him. For Watkins, though, it's a nice start here. You're on the enemy territory.
Shotgun formation again, 3 left, 1 to the right. As Drew comes set, takes a snap, looks, throws. He's got his man again over there on the outside on a little hitch route. And a gain of 5 yards as he went right back to York.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, you don't got to worry about fixing it, baby.
Baby. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So Samsel is looking again over to the sideline for the plays. They've got a interesting color-coded board for the play calls as he gets it off the wrists. Comes set, shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 to the far right. Turns, hands it off. Tolliver off that right side. A huge travel out across the 30, cuts out to the 25, and he'll go down right there. A nice run up the middle, or excuse me, off that right side, and a first down.
Nice drive here from this Watkins offense. Moving pretty quick. What I noticed, though, is they're not having their quarterback running back and forth every time. I think that's going to pay dividends for them. We noticed that a lot with a lot of these KMAC games, that they got their guys running back and forth. But right here, they're saving the energy, using those signs. I think that could pay dividends for them. That's a much better way to conserve some of that energy.
Indeed it is, as it's 1st and 10. You're on the 25-yard line. Takes the snap, hands it off. That's going to be Tolliver up the middle. He's got nowhere to go, though. The Yellow Jackets' middle defense is very stout, like a Guinness from Ireland, and it's a loss of 1.
Rhode Island's nice this time of year.
It's beautiful every time of year, my friend. I recommend going. Week minimum. And don't take tours. Drive yourself around, dude.
Okay.
Absolutely gorgeous over there.
Wise words. I'll take you up on that one day.
Attaboy. And jump across the pond to Scotland, too, while you can. So it's going to be second down and 11. As they're, again, shotgun formation, pistol formation. Now, new running back is in the backfield. Turns, fakes the handoff to him. Drew's going to roll out to the left side. He's going to fire downfield. He's got his receiver there. I believe that's York again. And he'll go down at about the 7-yard line. As that was a nice pass, to John Appel.
I think John Appel might want an opportunity here towards the end zone. I think he wants a little redemption for what was going to be that touchdown to start the game. I think he wants to see if he can get some find pay dirt again down there.
So Graham Smith is checked in at running back. So 2 sophomores, right? I believe JoJo was also listed as a sophomore. No, he is a junior. Okay, so junior and a sophomore. As Smith's in the backfield. Samson looks over the defense, comes set, shotgun formation, 3 right, turns, hands it off. He's going to keep it himself. Looked like maybe a miscommunication, but a good call there by him as he sprints to the outside of the 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Watkins.
Watkins said no problem with that penalty to start the game. We'll get in the end zone one way or another. The offense showed a really good job right there of subbing guys in and out. Plenty of bodies, plenty of able bodies to make some plays right there. That was a solid drive from them. Great way to start.
So after what was a 98-yard touchdown return, called back on a holding penalty, the offense is still able to keep the momentum, drives down the field 55 yards and scores to make it 6-0 as they line up for the extra point. Snaps a little bit high, ball's down, kick is up. And like everything my wife cooks, it is good. So our score here is Mount Vernon 0, Watkins 7. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
So we come back to the field here as Watkins leads 7-0 on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights and gets ready to kick off here to Mount Vernon. As Rooney will be back deep, I believe, for the Yellow Jackets. As he sets up camp right about his 8-yard line. Braden Windangle does the kickoff. Gets his right foot into it. It's a wobbly kick. It's going to be picked up at about the 7 as Looney comes out across the 20. Stutter steps there out to the 25. Spins out of that one, but somebody caught the back of his jersey. Still is taking in punching bus tickets as he is dragging the team all the way to the 35. And they'll say he got to the 36. You want to talk about a one-man army, my friend. Boy, Looney wasn't messing around on that.
Not at all. Channel your inner beast mode, man. That was impressive. Those legs kept churning. He kept moving. He got an extra 10 yards at least after contact right there. That was something. Now, solid field position for Mount Vernon, too. It's good field position for Watkins on their first offensive drive. But now if you're Mount Vernon, you pretty much equal field position to start right here.
Got the spirit of the old breed in him, does he, the young man, as they start out 1st and 10 at the 36. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. As Taylor comes set. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off. It's going to be a dive up the middle, stutter step out across the 40. He'll fall forward to about the 47-yard line. And a nice run there on first down. I believe that was Aiden Kennedy?
Maverick Gregory.
Maverick Gregory.
Which you cannot go wrong with the name Maverick Gregory.
I mean, JoJo and Maverick, dude.
Oh.
I don't know what else I could ask for.
It's going to be a night, my friend.
Amen to that. Shotgun formation. She's got 2 split out to the left. Maverick's on the left-hand hip. Taylor takes a snap, turns, hands it off. He's going to go off that right side. He's met at that line of scrimmage. And this time he gets no gain to bring up a 3rd down and 3, still in front of the chains.
Yeah, haven't been able to get anything major doing there on that second play right there. But now you find yourself in a 3rd and manageable. You know, plenty of options here. Playbook's fully open for you. So see what we can do. Try and get that first down, keep this drive rolling.
You got to answer in some way. You don't want to go 3 and out after they put that score on you. Shotgun formation, 2 left as Taylor's in the backfield. Takes a snap with the man in motion. Fakes the handoff. He's going to hit him on a little swing route out at the 40, but the defense smelled it. He made one man miss, but he was not able to pull that mojo on the second. And a nice open field tackle there by the Warriors to bring up a 4th down. And what do you do here, Austin, is you're kind of in that no man's land at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, it's tough stuff right here. Looks like they might be keeping the offense out there, though.
So we will see here what the coaching staff comes up with. It looks like they're going to kind of stack that backfield, go with the old wishbone formation. One split far left as Taylor gets set up underneath center. 4th and about 2, and that is not how you do it, my friend.
No. Nice hard count right there, though. Get them off sides.
You know, I got a hunch.
Yeah.
That's worked on in practice. Just got a hunch.
Seemed like something that was maybe planned a little bit right there, because I'll tell you what, not a single Mount Vernon guy moved an inch. They knew that was coming.
One of the oldest tricks in the book. So it's going to be 1st and 10 as they are getting the play clock reset. And also raising the roof.
Don't know if it can go any higher.
Well, there they go. Now they got it kind of set, and now it's at 40. Play clock starts. Shotgun formation with Taylor. Takes a snap, drops back, looks, got plenty of time. Now the pressure comes, steps up, goes off that left side. He's tucking. He's going to run out across the 40 to the sideline to the 37. And he'll step out of bounds there. Not before he picked up another 1st down and kept this drive alive.
Yeah, no indecision there by Taylor. He saw that he didn't really have anybody that he liked downfield, and he decided to go for it. His legs are more than capable. He can make some plays on the ground for sure. He's a dual threat quarterback, no doubt.
So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to move the ball back to the 39-yard line. As it's going to be shotgun, 2 left, 2 to the right for Taylor. Mavericks in the backfield on his right-hand hip. Comes set, takes a snap. He's going to follow him off that right side, and he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage. And this time, the success is going to be lacking as he got maybe a yard.
Yeah, there was nothing doing right there. It felt like Watkins was all over that from the start. Kind of could see that coming. It felt like it was almost a little bit too obvious was the problem. So minimal to no gain right there, and you find yourself in a 2nd and 10.
2nd down for the Yellow Jackets as they switch out some personnel. Shotgun formation, 3 right, 1 far left as Taylor comes set, looks over the defense. Takes that snap, turns, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself off that left side. A huge crease out across the 30, and he'll step out of bounds at the 25. And something tells me Watkins forgot to read the memo. The quarterback will run.
Yeah, they got a couple of running quarterbacks on this team, actually, as part of the problem, too. They got Jake Taylor, they got Mason Richards. You got a senior and a junior quarterback duo that can both run the ball. So you got to keep an eye out on both of them.
Is that your polite way of telling me there's a different quarterback in?
I had no idea.
Ah, thanks. So shotgun formation is 2 split out to the right, 1 far left. One of the quarterbacks is in. That's what I'm going to give you right now, folks. Man in motion from left to right as they come set. Takes a snap again off that left-hand side, follows the blocking out across the 25. But he'll get upended right there and fall down at the 23-yard line, bring up a 2nd down.
Again, your good buddy Mason Richards making a running play right there. So for Mount Vernon, though, you needed sustained pressure on this drive. You could not afford that quick 3 and out that at midfield it looked like we might have had. It seems like they've done a good job of kind of keeping some sustained pressure. You really got to cash in with some sort of points right here. But solid response so far here on their first offensive possession.
So Taylor checks back in at quarterback. That I can see. 1 far side left, 3 to the near side right as Mavericks on his right-hand hip. Turns, hands it off. He's going to take it off that left side, and a little bit of a stutter step at about the 25-yard line cost him as he was upended by the defense, and no gain brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, that indecision, that stutter step right there was all Watkins needed to close in on him and plug that hole before he could make something from it. But now it's a little bit trickier. You had a 3rd and short earlier that you weren't able to convert, 3rd and 3, and now you're in a 3rd and 8. You got to try and find a way to draw up something here. At least make it into a 4th and manageable at the minimum.
So we'll see as they finally come set from the sideline again. Shotgun formation, 1 far left, 3 to the near side right. Maverick on the left-hand side of Taylor. Looks over the defense as the line comes set, and he gets the ball. He's going to follow Maverick up the middle there off that left side. He'll push out inside the 20. And down to right about the 20-yard line, I guess they're going to say, is where he went down. And that'll bring up a 4th, and we'll call it, about 4? He needs to get just to the 16-yard line to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, it felt like conservative play call there, and they're calling it 4th and 5, so they didn't really get a friendly placement right there. But Somewhat conservative right there, just trying to keep it into a 4th and manageable, but clear that this was 4-down territory from the start.
So shotgun formation again. 1 left, 2 to the right. Taylor's going to step back, look back over to the sideline. And we're going to have a timeout. Mount Vernon's going to talk about it, so we will too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, I think I might be pregnant.
What? How do you know?
I took a pregnancy test the other night. I don't know where to start. I don't think I'm ready to be a mom.
It's totally okay. I heard there's this place called Starting Point. They have free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and counseling. They have resources available for girls on a tight budget. You have more choices than you think.
Really? I don't know. If my parents find out, they'll kill me.
Don't worry, girl. Everything is confidential and judgment-free.
How do I make an appointment?
Just visit knoxstartingpoint.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Avita.
Well, welcome back in as we come out of that timeout. Watkins Memorial's on top 7-0. 3:02 to go here in the first quarter as they lead the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, but the Yellow Jackets are answering with a nice first drive of their own as they have methodically marched downfield. Now sitting at a 4th and 5 at the 20-yard line. So like Guns N' Roses, they are going to just knock on heaven's door and settle for the field goal. It'll be about a 36-yard attempt with a young kicker for the Yellow Jackets. Ball's back, placement's good, kick's not bad. If the aim's good, it's good, and it is. So that'll make our score here. Watkins 7, Mount Vernon 3. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy.
Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Come back here, our score again, 7-3. Mount Vernon trails Watkins Memorial as Montoya gets the ball set up at the 40-yard line. And Appel is back deep, along with Ricketts. Finally comes set, does Montoya, as he approaches the ball and gets the right foot into it. It's going to be a low bouncing kick. It's going to angle to the sideline, and I don't know if the Watkins player touched it before it went out of bounds. If so, that's a less than intelligent play. Because had he let it go right out of bounds, they would have had 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Unfortunately for him, they do not, and they will start at the 26.
Yeah, that was not – I don't think that was how they drew that up. I know the kick wasn't necessarily what was expected, but that was kind of a boneheaded play a little bit there right there. A little lapse in judgment, but – this Watkins offense last time showed that they had no issues driving down the field, so let's see if they can get right back to it right here and try and add on to their lead.
So they'll be a little bit deeper in their own territory as at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10, shotgun formation. 2 split to the right, 1 near side left, hands off to Tolliver. Tolliver dives, stutter step. He's got a crease up the middle and out to the 35. Ooh, he's got that kind of shifty, turn my shoulders sideways on you, get through the line of scrimmage movement through the initial points of contact, and get yourself a first down on the first run. That's a good way to start the drive.
Absolutely, yeah. He's shifty, but the thing is, too, he's 6 foot 190. So he's shifty, but he's got that power behind him, that weight behind him. Once he gets inside of the group, he can still push that whole pile forward.
So Samsol comes set with 3 right, 1 to the left. Turns again, hands it off to Tolliver. This time Tolliver's got no room to work. And I tell you what, he was lucky he held on to that ball as it looked like it started to come loose. Just like the front end of a 1960 Chevy. And it'll be a loss of 2.
Yeah, you could see them reaching, trying to pry for it right there. I thought it was actually going to come out there for a second. But, yeah, I think fortunate that you just take the minimal loss right there, take a 2nd and 12, and Gonna take your medicine right here.
So we'll see what they come up with here now as they are a little bit behind the chains, off schedule as they like to say. Shotgun formation, 2 far right, 1 to the near side left. Tulliver's in the backfield, fakes the handoff to Tulliver. He drops back. Sampson looks deep. He's throwing deep. He's got a man deep. And last second breakup. Unbelievable play by the defender there for Mount Vernon.
Hayden Higgins on the defense right there. And we talked about him when this game started. But yeah, he got his arm in there and whacked that away. I thought they were in trouble there for a minute, but a big time play by Higgins.
I tell you what, the hair played a big role in that. I think the ball saw the hair, was like, no, I'm good, man.
I wasn't going to say it before you did, but I'm giving entire credit to the play, to the flow itself.
Yes.
That was remarkable.
So an excellent defensive play brings up another long third down here for the Warriors. But I tell you what was scary there is you saw the speed difference between the two teams, and they will find a way to take advantage of that. So shotgun formation again. Sam Souls drops back. He's going to hit his wide receiver on it, just a little out route here, and he's going to make a man miss out across the 45. He'll be about 2 yards short, but now that gives you a lot of options to question and wonder here if you go for it on 4th and 1.
Yeah, you know they're going to want to. The players are all kind of motioning the coaches like, hey, let us get this one. We know we can get it. That was a big-time play, though, to at least make it a 4th and manageable right there.
Now we'll see here as they're going to take Samsel out of the game. And interesting as Tolliver, too, will go out of the game. Nope, Tolliver, you are not supposed to go out of the game, and he will come back in as they huddle up. So we'll see here what they come up with out of this huddle. They've gone power I. They went back to 1960, said, here we go. Turns fullback dive off that left side. He drops a shoulder across 2, and he'll get out to the 49, and that's a first down. And that, my friends, is what Watkins used to always do until they opened it up about 4 years ago. That used to be all you got out of them, power I, run it down your throat.
Yeah, I kind of like that jumbo setup they had right there, though, man. There was some beef behind that, and you could see on that last hit, he wasn't sitting down. He was getting that first down one way or another.
So it keeps the drive alive, and it puts the ball right at the middle of the field. Shotgun formation again, as Tolliver will be in a pistol formation. 3 right, 1 near side left. Turns, hands it off. Tolliver, a little bit of a miscommunication on the speed there, and Tolliver tried to string it out, but the defense for Mount Vernon was faster. And they'll take him down for about a loss of 2. And it looked like just a little bit of timing problem there between the quarterback and the running back on that handoff.
Yeah, something seemed to go astray in the backfield right there for sure. It seemed like the communication or the draw up on the plan wasn't there. But, yeah, not what they were looking for right there. If you're Mount Vernon, you want to see if you can find a way. This defense, they've kind of been getting pushed around a little bit here. You know, when they went into that jumbo package, they had no problem pushing over them. This defense has been struggling, So
that'll be the end of the first quarter. Our score here is going to be Watkins 7, Mount Vernon 3. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So, get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can fill normal-sized grill tanks to motorhome and even large contractor.
So we come back second quarter. The Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights. Remind you to stick around for the post-game Pizza Cottage Player of the Game, brought to you each and every week. Shotgun formation. Samsel drops back. He's going to look on a slant and just a little bit under-delivered. I don't know. Did he catch it? No, he did not. And that was intended for number 19, and it's incomplete.
Darren Monahan right there is who they were looking for, but weren't able to get it to him. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's Jaden Ricketts. Look at me go.
Making fun of my eyesight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11. As they come set in a shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 near side right. And Samsel, there seems to be some confusion here. And Mount Vernon is going to take a timeout, so we will too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can fill normal-sized grill tanks to motorhome and even large contractor tanks by the gallon. At Goodwill, you're always guaranteed the lowest propane prices in town.
Looking to take your career to the next level? With Mount Vernon Nazarene.
So out of that timeout, we will come back. It'll be 3rd and 11. As Watkins Memorial has the ball right at the 49-yard line. And they will be in a shotgun formation. Smith will be in the backfield with Samsel. 2 left, 2 to the near side right. As the techno beats pulsate through the stadium. Night at the Roxbury, folks. Shotgun formation as he drops back, looks left. He's got time. Wow, great time back there. He's pointing to his receiver to come back, and that's going to be Ricketts. He did come back, and he did make that catch, and that's going to be right at that 40. As the side judge here will say that was enough, and that is another first down, and a huge connection there on 3rd and 11.
Deja vu all over again, as a great man once said, but that was a good connection right there, 3rd and 11. That's the second time tonight they've converted on a long 3rd down. The last time it was 3rd and 13 that they brought it to 1 yard, and then they were able to kind of convert it from there. But that's the second time this drive they've kept it alive doing that.
So again, shotgun formation. Smith's in the backfield. 3 left, 1 to the near side right. Smith is not going to get the handoff. Samson will keep it himself. And again, there still seems to be a little bit of miscommunication between both running backs and the quarterback. I don't know if it's lack of work with each other, as we talked about some of the injuries. But right now, they're just a little bit about a half second off sync.
Yeah, and you can see it too. You can tell because that first step is almost always in favor of Mount Vernon right there. And I think that Watkins, you can almost tell that there's a little bit of a difference in this team. But with that, not being quite as in sync in the backfield right there, you're kind of playing into the favor of Mount Vernon.
Tell you what, if you want to talk about being in sync, in 1582, they were not in sync. And I'll tell you more about that here in just a second. But if you were in Portugal, Spain, or what we call Italy, whew, boy, you were on a plane all by yourself. Shotgun formation. As Ricketts in motion, he's going to get it on that sweep off that left-hand side. He's got blockers as he cuts it inside the 35, comes back this way, and he tried to get a little Madden-esque, but a good job there defensively, tripping him up from behind. He'll be short of that first down, but it'll be 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 right here. Now you got to come up big. You got to keep this drive moving if you're Watkins, It's been a good drive for them so far. Nice ball possession right here. They've been mixing up a good mix of passing and running right here, but got JoJo back in there.
Tell you what, you know how you keep things moving? You jump your calendar ahead 11 days. And if you were in anywhere, Spain, Portugal, or Italy in 1582, today you would go to sleep. Tomorrow you'd wake up 11 days later. Handoff to Tolliver. He's going to hit a pile right there at the 30, but that should be enough for him to get across the marker and get that first down, and it is. And the drive stays alive for the Warriors.
They woke up 11 days later. He woke up a touchdown or a first down earlier right there. So nice job keeping the drive going. And, ball possession has been a huge part of this game so far, man. Watkins has made 2 nice extended drives right here. And
they're more spread out offense like we talked.
Yeah.
But they're a slow spread out offense. They are using every bit of this time clock. It's usually 10 or less by the time the ball's snapped. So they do take the game out of the other team's hands by doing that. Shotgun formation. He's got his wide receiver wide open in the flats at the 25. He's out to the 20. He'll go down right there at the 20. And that'll make it 3rd down and about a yard. And the drive continues to move in the positive direction.
The thing is you keep hearing different names coming out there. That was Dylan Kennedy this time around, but you keep hearing different names. They have so many guys they're subbing in and out on this offense that, it's a long drive, but for their guys, they're not getting worn down, and that Mount Vernon defense is just stuck out there.
And that's why they had to change the calendars. You had too many names for them. You had the Julian calendar, the Gregorian calendar, and wham, bam, now they all are on one. So it's shotgun formation. He's going to turn, hand it off to Tolliver. He's going to go right up the middle there in a nice dive. That'll get him the first down, and that'll keep the drive alive as they move inside the red zone.
The only thing that's not going to die any faster than this drive is your story about that Gregorian calendar, man.
Attaboy. Attaboy. There you are. I love it. But the drive continues here as Watkins is in charge. And, defensively, if you're from Mount Vernon, you got to make sure you don't let this balloon quickly. We've seen great running from them. They haven't really passed a whole lot, and I don't know if you want to get yourself into that position where you're having to have a shootout with a team like Watkins. So we'll see here now. It's 1st and 10 inside the 20. Shotgun formation. Tolliver's in the backfield. Now we're going to have a timeout. Timeout it is. So Watkins will take a timeout, and we will too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Looking to take your career to the next level? With Mount Vernon Nazarene University, you can earn your degree entirely online, anywhere, anytime. Our bachelor's and master's programs are designed to help you balance your education with work, family, and other priorities. Here at MVNU Online, we craft our faith-based programs specifically for your success. Learn more at mvnu.edu or call us today at 1-800-839-2355. Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
A little over 11 seconds later, you are back to action, but 1582, 11 days later, there you sit. October 15th. I mean, just think about that. It's a funny fact that all of a sudden one day there you are, thinking it's the 4th. They have no texting. They got no emails. But they just decided, hey, we're just going to pull the plug on this bad boy. We're going to jump 11 days off the calendar, and good luck. So it's going to be shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. As Tolliver is in the backfield, man in motion is from left to right, hands it off to Tolliver. He stutter steps off that left side, finds a crease across the 15. And he'll fall down right about the 14-yard line, and it's going to make it 2nd down.
I like the way Tolliver runs. I think you mentioned it. He's elusive. He's shifty. But at the same time, you can see that power aspect of him. You can see all 190 pounds going downhill. I really like the way that he approaches it back there. When he gets out of the backfield on time, almost every play has resulted in a positive game right there.
So 2nd down, we'll call it 6. The ball rests inside the 15-yard line. Samson's got Tolliver on his right-hand side. He's got 2 left, 2 to the right. Quick snap. He's going to go a little quick out route and incomplete. I believe that was Ricketts again, and just a little bit too hot as his head came around. The ball was already there off his shoulder pads and falls incomplete.
Samson tossing a Ferrari right there, and I think an F-150 would have gotten the job done. A nice Toyota Corolla, maybe. It doesn't need to be anything special right there, but a little bit too much heat on that pass.
So you look at 3rd down, we'll call it 6. You got the clock sitting at about 7:49 here to go in the first half on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction Friday Night Lights. Week 7 here as Jaws makes his entrance into the stadium. Shotgun formation. Samsel drops back. Oh, Jaws is there, and the jaws of life are wrapped around him as he somehow gets out of them, makes another man miss. Somebody's going to have a nightmare about this play because he's open in the end zone. Touchdown, Ricketts.
11 days later, he gets the pass complete for the touchdown, baby. Unbelievable. Way to keep it alive. The BG said it best when they were staying alive. What a play. Wow.
Boy, you could tell by the way he used his walk. He was going to make a payday out of that one. And that was just unfortunate. Mount Vernon had him dead to rights all the way back at the 35. And they were not able to wrap him up as they were holding on to dear life to the jersey. And he finds Ricketts for a touchdown, and that puts the score at 13-3 now as they line up for the extra point. Snap is back, kick is up. Kick is good. So our score here, Watkins 14, Mount Vernon 3. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to Pizza Day.
So we come back to action here as Watkins gets ready to kick off. High end over end kick as it drives Looney back to inside his goal line, and that will be a touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Yellow Jackets.
So for the Yellow Jackets here, man, it feels like it's been an eternity since you've had the ball in your hands. It feels like Watkins just managed to drive down the field, have their way with it. Heck of a final play to get the touchdown. So if you're Mount Vernon, you got to find a way to respond. But is their offense set up to respond when you're down by 2 touchdowns like that?
It's a great question. We'll have to see. As right now, Mount Vernon cannot afford to fall any further behind. So it's going to be shotgun formation. Taylor will have Maverick in the backfield with him. He's got 3 right, 1 to the left. Hands it off. Maverick's going to dive right up the middle there. He'll get across the 20 and pushes a little bit further to maybe about the 22-yard line. And he'll go down. Nope, they'll give him out to the 23, so a gain of 3 to make it 2nd and 7.
Well-rested defense there for Watkins, too. So kids that aren't having to play both ways, they're getting out on the field with a nice rest. Feeling good.
So again, shotgun formation for Taylor as he's got 2 right, 1 to the near side left. He's going to stop, take a step back, and look over the sidelines. As the coach is going to change it up a little bit, he makes sure his wide receivers understand. Maverick will switch over to the right-hand side and get on his right-hand hip, just like a pocket watch. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off. Maverick makes a man miss initially, but he could not get out of the grasp, and he'll get maybe a gain of a yard there, brings up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, and it's speaking of pocket watch right there, this is a crucial time in the game for them. They got to find a way to keep this drive going. You can't afford to have that quick 3-and-out and give the ball right back to that Watkins offense that's already feeling so good.
So Mount Vernon gets a play call from the sideline as Maverick will line up on the left-hand side now. Taylor's got 2 to the right and 2 to the near side left. 3rd down as he's going to send a man in motion from left to right. Off balance to the far side of the field now as he drops back. He's looking. He's got a man one-on-one coverage. That is going to be intercepted. No, incomplete. As it fell just a little bit short. As he was looking to hook up with number 5 there right about the 46-yard line on the near sideline. And it's incomplete.
I think it was Maddox Scozen that managed to make the stop right there, though. Got in between the two. And I think Mount Vernon lucked out with the fact that wasn't an interception right there.
Yes, indeed. As that would have been a huge momentum shift again. With 6:11 to go here in the first half. Mind you, folks, stick around for the UIS Investment and Insurance halftime show. As Mount Vernon gets set to punt it away. It's going to be a nice spiral kick that's going to get caught up at about the 45, take a hard left, and it's going to go out at about the 43-yard line. And that's where Watkins will start ahead 14-3.
Quite honestly, that's pretty much the exact yard line where the interception would have been at. So, you know.
But you took a couple more minutes or seconds off the clock.
That's true.
But as you mentioned and touched on earlier, the time of possession right now in this ball game is a little lopsided in the favor of Watkins. And that is going to be something that as the game continues to go here, Mount Vernon is going to have to find a way to get their offense back out on that field and find a little more life. As right now they're being very conservative in their approach to this offensive attack. So shotgun formation for the Warriors. 2 left, 2 to the right. Tolliver's in the backfield. He's going to get that handoff. He goes right up the middle across the 45. And he gets that 3 yard, maybe 3.5 yards on the gain. And as you touched on earlier, right now that line of scrimmage, the battle is all white and the black jerseys are going backwards.
And if you're Watkins, why not just keep doing the same thing on this drive? There's a very legitimate possibility that they could try and just run this clock out on this drive right here, hopefully resulting in points. But their goal right here is to make it to where Mount Vernon does not have another possession on this side of in this first half.
Tolliver finally comes set on the left-hand side. 3 left, 1 to the near side right. Tolliver gets it. He cuts it back to the left-hand side, down inside the 45 to the 42. He'll go down there, makes a 3rd down and 5.
And on the flip side of things right here, if you're Mount Vernon, yeah, your offense hasn't looked very good. You haven't had a ton of bright spots on that side, but if your defense can make a stand right here, if you can get the ball back, there is enough time to make a drive down the field and try and get something out of it.
One of the greatest songs ever. Always Look on the Bright Side of Life by Monty Python. Would not recommend for kids under the age of 17. 3rd down. Jaws is now back in the arena. As they're shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 to the near side right. Tolliver off the left-hand side, fakes the handoff to him, drops back. Samsel's got time. He's got more time. He looks over the middle, and he had a receiver there, but just a little bit high and incomplete, making it 4th down, and the punt team will come out.
Yeah, Dylan Kenny trying to get that one hand up right there, but trying to do his best Jeremiah Smith impression, but wasn't able to haul that one in, which, speaking of it, I know unrelated, but Jeremiah Smith, unbelievable so far. That's been wild to watch.
Mythological, really.
Indeed.
I've only been around one other of such status, and I'm always in awe of that person. So I can only imagine how his teammates feel knowing they got something like that always there for them. Shotgun this is the punting formation. Thanks for keeping me up to date, Austin. As that is going to be a nice kick. It's going to be an end over end. It's going to take a bounce at about the 10 and go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And tell you what, man, the Yellow Jackets offense needs to find some kind of spark, some kind of energy, because right now it's just a little too vanilla, plain.
Yeah, there really hasn't been much mixture put in there. You need some sort of Neapolitan combination of offense right here. You just haven't had anything tonight. So, you have enough time, though. Drive down the field right here. It's still only a 2-possession game, so there's absolutely the opportunity to get back into it.
And you get the ball to start the second half. I formation is Taylor comes set underneath. One left, one to the right. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off. Maverick off that left or right side. Pushes out across the 20 to about the 25. A gain of 4 makes it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, I mean, again, kind of pointing it out, a little bit of a vanilla offense here tonight. At least that was a strong vanilla. I would call it a vanilla bean if you can gain 4 to 5 in that drive, or in that play right there. But yeah, you'd like to see some sort of mixture from this offense. You got to utilize these 5 minutes that you got, 4 minutes you got. Try and get something out of this, because you don't want to go into halftime with this bad taste in your mouth, being down 14-3.
Taylor comes set, 2 right, 1 to the near side left. As Maverick's in the backfield, he gets the handoff. He's going to try to go left side, cuts it back to the right out across the 25. Looked like he got a little tripped up by the lack of traction, to be honest with you. And he'll go down, making it 3rd and 3. So you're getting your 3 yards you need, but the problem is you're letting the clock continue to wind down. And you got to get, I would think you want to get some kind of momentum going into the halftime here to bring back out on the second half. So Taylor is going to look. He's going to talk with his wide receivers, make sure everybody's on the same page. 2 to the right, 2 to the near side left. Mavericks on the left-hand side. Taylor is going to step back. He's going to look to the sideline, make sure everything's good. Now Watkins is going to show pressure as they step up on the corners. Slot's now going to drop back. And we're going to have a false start. Oh, we're going to have a timeout, Mount Vernon. So we will step out too as you're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m., now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
So as we come out of that timeout, it's going to be 3rd down and 3 for the Yellow Jackets as the ball sits at their own 27-yard line. As they trail the Warriors from Watkins 14-3. And right now, offensively, they are running this race like the tortoise did, slow and steady, as they are taking plenty of time trying to methodically get down this field. Shotgun formation. Taylor takes the snap. He's going to drop back. He's looking downfield. He's got a little bit of pressure, so he rolls right. He's looking more. He's got a man there, and there's a flag, but he got it over top the defender, and that's going to be caught. He's out across the 40. He's down inside the 30. He's going to cut it back into the middle field, and he's going to get tripped up there at the 20, and that is a huge gain. Now the question is that offense or defensive pass interference?
That's going to decide everything right here. That was a huge play by Luke Hubbard, but what comes of this?
I'll tell you what, man. They had a big bowl of vanilla ice cream right there, and out of nowhere showed up with some sprinkles. Hit you with a razzle-bedazzle, and that was a beautiful throw by Taylor right over the top of the defender's outstretched hands into his waiting arms of the receiver.
Yeah, no question right there. Best play of the night from Mount Vernon.
And that's a defensive holding on Watkins, so the play will stand. It'll move the ball all the way down inside of the 20-yard line and breathe a little more life into this Yellow Jacket offense. But as we've been talking so far tonight, has really been trying to find some kind of spark. Let's see if this is able to do it here and they're able to capitalize. So Hubbard on the 35-yard reception there for the Yellow Jackets. Shotgun formation, 2 split out far right, 1 to the near side left as Mavericks in the backfield. I believe we got a new quarterback in, and we do. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, tries to go left, and the defense is right there to wrap him up, take him down.
Yeah, nothing doing right there. Nice job by one of the best names out here, Rocco Paschal. Yeah, identifying that quick, making the stop.
So actually lose a yard on that play, makes it 2nd down and 11.
Keeping Mason Richards out there, though.
So Richards comes set. Maverick will get on his left-hand hip. He's got one near side left, two split out far side right. Takes snap, turns, hands it off. Maverick's going to get that dive. The pile this time is going to get the push he needs, and he'll be down to the 15-yard line. A nice gain, but not enough for the first, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
You got to decide right here.
Well, you talked about it earlier. They got a kicker.
They do.
But at this stage, I don't know, man. I might kick it just to get the points. We'll see here now as they're going to go for it. Oh, it is only 3rd down. I'm sorry. Excuse me, folks. The far sideline was actually ahead of the game this time. Taylor takes the snap, drops back, keeps it himself, goes right up the middle. He's going to take some punishment as he gets inside the 15-yard line. We'll say he's down at the 12, and now you're looking at 4th down.
4th and a little bit more manageable, but again, decision time right here. Do you take that kick and try and see if you can get it into a one-possession game, or do you try and get the extra 4 out of it?
We'll see here as they send out what looks like to keep the offense on the field. I don't think, Taylor's coming back out on the field, but we'll see here. Nope, it looks like the kicker is coming out. As I do not have 17. Montoya will be doing the kicking. As this will be a 29-yard attempt. Ball snap, kick is up, and it is good. So our score here is Watkins 14, Mount Vernon 6. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
If market volatility is keeping you awake at night, call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal. As our old high school football coach would remind us, the true champion is found with your ability to bounce back after a loss. So stop losing sleep and call the team who will coach you through the good times and the bad times. Spearman Financial Services, financial plans that last a lifetime.
Securities offered through Valmark Securities Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Valmark Advisors Incorporated, SEC registered investment advisor. Spearman Financial Services is a separate entity from Valmark Securities Incorporated and Valmark Advisors Incorporated. Past performances cannot guarantee future results. One cannot invest directly in an index.
So after that score, again, our score here, Watkins 14, Mount Vernon 6. Remind you folks, stick around for the UIS Investment Insurance halftime show. And then after game, the Cubbage Electric, it's the Pizza Cottage player of the game. Come on, folks, it's only week 7. I should have this all figured out by now. So Montoya is going to get the ball teed up there at the 40-yard line. And Rick gets along with Apple will be back to return. Got to be careful here with the kickoff, as you want to make sure you don't give them any type of momentum here with 45 seconds left. It's going to be a low end-over-end kick. It's going to be bobbled about the 30, and luckily they were able to spring on top of it before Mount Vernon got down there. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 26.
Yeah, it's a kick that a great Frederick B. Kilmer would be proud of. That is the inventor of baby powder, which we had the sweet aroma of after those points were scored by Mount Vernon, or by Mount Vernon there.
Yeah, it was a economy-sized bottle that seemed to have exploded in the student section after that field goal. And that's the beauty of these high school games, is even the field goal gets a celebration.
The environments are great, aren't they?
Love it every time. Shotgun formation now, as he'll have one split out far left, two to the right. Man in motion from left to right. Apple's going to get it on the sweep. Smith out there on the block. He made it across the 35, and there's some of that yellow stuff, which we hadn't really seen all night. As that's going to be the second flag on the field. Probably a block in the back, the way that came flying in from the back judge.
You generally describe it as abusive, that yellow laundry, that it's an abusive relationship. But it feels like tonight it's been pretty in control.
Yes.
I will say it's been one of the cleaner games that we've seen. A few key penalties at times, that offsides earlier in the game that led to a first down and the drive continuing on. But for the most part, been pretty clean tonight.
It's nice to see, as it allows the game to play out a little bit better. So it's going to be First and 20 now for the Warriors. To them, that makes no difference. Shotgun formation, turns, hands it off to Smith. Smith off that left side in a huge hole as he's cutting it up to the middle, and he gets to the outside and finally gets hawked down from behind. But not before he gets all the way out to the 31-yard line and makes it now a second down. We'll call about 9, and Watkins will take a timeout, as we will too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction, Friday Night Lights.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234. Explore online at elitepreparedness.com or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
So 20 seconds are left on the clock. 14-6 is our score. Watkins in the lead with the ball at the 31-yard line. Looking to maybe do a little bit of damage here before they go in at halftime, as the Yellow Jackets from Mount Vernon will get the ball to start the second half. Takes a snap. He's going to roll back. He's looking downfield. He's got time. He's got even more time, and he's going to look for Ricketts, and he's there as he got it and ducked underneath the tackle. Woo! Boy, that is impressive, and he just ran down the field to make sure he took even more time off the clock. That is great field awareness, game management, to be honest with you, by that young man. He is an athlete in a little bit different level than the rest of the kids out there on the field.
You can see it, can't you?
Yeah.
You can just tell when he's out there, there's another level that he goes to right there, and that was a heck of a catch. But again, the awareness in the moment, too, to not just instantly go in the end zone, but burn those extra couple seconds. It makes a difference.
So 70-yard completion for the touchdown as they get lined up here for the extra point. Ball is snapped, kick is up, kick is good. So our score, Watkins 21, Mount Vernon 6, and got 5 seconds left to go here until halftime. And I mean, you're not out of it, not even close. But the key is going to be, what can your offense do? Because clearly right now your defense is showing you they're going to struggle containing this offense for Watkins. Your offense has got to find ways to answer that aren't 3 points for 7 points.
Right, and I think part of that, too, is kind of some sustained pressure, because the best way to make this defense look a little better is to keep them off the field. Keep that offense on the field, keep that pressure on the Watkins defense, but you got to have some sort of sustained pressure. You got plenty of time to make a couple drives here in the second half, try and get back into it. But that offense has got to find a way to cash in. You're not going to win tonight if you keep, cashing that receipt for 3 points. It's just not going to do it. You got to find a way to get in the end zone a couple times here in the second half. And it's got to start off strong with that first possession second half.
Now, key here right now in this kickoff is maintain your focus. There was an unsportsmanlike penalty, so that's going to be assessed on this. But the last thing you want to do is on this kickoff, muff it and allow Watkins to scoop it.
Right.
I think at that time you almost have to concern yourself with being able to get back in this game the way this offense has been methodical in its approach, which is fine, but you start getting too big of a gap that it actually plays against you, because you need the clock not to keep getting worn out. And Watkins has shown the ability to hold on to the ball for possessions offensively. So it's going to be a nice kick. It's going to bounce at about it's going to go in for a touchback as the ball skipped right past Looney. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20, I suspect, just to come out and take a knee.
I think it's the best bet right here. There's no real sense trying to make any sort of miracles happen right here. But, yeah, if you're Mount Vernon, you got to look at this first half. It's not the way you drew it up, but the game is still within reach. You got to go into that locker room at halftime, though, and figure out how the offense is going to manage to generate some points in the second half, because you've had some drives that have had some distance to them, but not enough that have resulted in the points that you need to get back into this game.
We'll see here now as everybody comes set. Does look like he is going to just go head up and take a knee as they get lined up in the proverbial, what they call, victory formation. Ball will be snapped, knee will be taken, and that will be the end of our first half. So our score here again is Watkins 21, Mount Vernon 6. I want you to stick around for the UIS Insurance and Investment halftime show on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
I just found out my daughter is pregnant and I don't know what to do.
Wow, how'd you find out?
I found the pregnancy test in the trash and heard her on the phone talking about abortion. I know it's her decision, but this is big. I want to help.
What about Starting Point, Pregnancy and Family Resource Center?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
They have pregnancy test ultrasounds and accurate information on all her options. They're always non-judgmental and it's free.
Wow, where do I get more info?
Google Knox Starting Point. They're right behind the hospital in Mount Vernon.
Thanks, I didn't know where to turn. I'll start there.
Your family, the car that you bought when you were 18, the house you turned into a home. UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. As an independent insurance agency, UIS Insurance and Investments is able to design a custom policy that's unique to you and assures that all things you love are safe and sound. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
Under the direction of Mr. Robert Davis, Assistant Director Stephanie Smiley, Percussion Director Ross Music, and Guard Instructor Nicole Kinlan, and being led onto the field this evening by drum majors Elizabeth Deppa and Ruthie Allen. Please welcome to the field the 71st edition Watkins Memorial High School Marching Warriors. Wherever you are. Drums and shiny flags to the gold all over their uniforms. The Marching Warriors have always appreciated the finer things. Tonight, we're proud to present our second halftime show of the season, Lux. Our neighbors might say we need to slow down, but everyone knows the Marching Warriors run the streets on our moped as we cruise with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's Downtown. perform for an international audience of more than 300 million people in the 2026 London New Year's Day Parade. While we haven't been coordinated quite yet, we're all feeling a little bit royal. With featured guard soloists Summer Graham and Anna Mendenhall, please feel free to groove along as the Warriors play this mashup of Royals and Chandelier. We just want to take you higher. Point those pinky rings to the moon and check that money in your pocket as the Marching Warriors close with Bruno Mars' 2016 hit, 24 Karat Magic. the Watkins Memorial Drum Line, live on Good Day Columbus on Fox 48 this Sunday morning at 8 a.m. The Marching Warriors are back to action next Sunday, October 13th, downtown when the Columbus Italians.
UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it the most. They're a full-service, independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing the best coverage and service possible. UIS Insurance and Investments supports area schools and communities with local offices in Northwest and Central Ohio and Southeast Michigan. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. That's uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
Performing tonight during our halftime show by the Mount Vernon Yellow Jacket Marching Band is the Mount Vernon Alumni Band. Mount Vernon Alumni Band being represented by classes all the way back to 1983. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field under the direction of Mr. Trevor Marco and Mrs. Julia Haller with percussion instructor LeBron Carlton, please welcome the 2024 Mount Vernon Yellow Jacket Marching Band. Band is being led on the field by drum majors Caitlin Alengo and Zoe Meyer. Mount Vernon music boosters would like to recognize their 2024 gold sponsors, Mosaic Financial Group and Griffin Insurance Agency. Get ready to be swept off your feet as we take you on a musical journey through some of the most electrifying dance hits of the 2010s. First up, we bring the house down with the high-energy collaboration that ruled the airwaves, Timber by Kesha and Pitbull. Get ready for an electrifying performance as the Mount Vernon Marching Band teams up with the 2024 Mount Vernon Alumni Band to fill the field with energy and pride. Together, they celebrate the strength and spirit of our community by bringing you Katy Perry's empowering anthem, Roar. Let's give another round of applause to the Mount Vernon Alumni Band. And finally, we're going to take you back to 2013 with a song known for its infectious beat and powerful lyrics, which captures the energy, resilience, and reflection. Here's Bastille's hit song, Pompeii. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets Marching Band and the Mount Vernon Alumni Band.
Home has never meant more. It's not just a place, it's where life happens. Protect yours from the inside out with a home insurance policy from Frankenmuth Insurance. Are you ready to get frank about your insurance needs? Start a conversation with the experts at UIS Insurance and Investments and see if a homeowner's policy from Frankenmuth Insurance is right for you. Get started at uisprotect.com. That's uisprotect.com. Trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
As we come back to the start of the second half, our score here is Mount Vernon 6, Watkins 21, as it is Kyle Kerster along with Austin Maurice back in the booth with you here. And Austin, it's a kind of what I expected a little bit out of Watkins, and they're a little bit of a high-powered offense. Ricketts obviously is just kind of an athlete in and amongst himself. But for Mount Vernon, offensively, they just have not had a whole lot of explosion that they can rely on.
No, it's felt like a very one-dimensional offense so far in that first half. It was a lot of run game, which we know is their bread and butter, but at the same time, when you find yourself down now going into the second half 21-6, they're going to have to find a way to expand out from that. Their usual suspects that are the playmakers, Maverick Gregory, Luke Hubbard. Luke Hubbard with a big reception there, the one, really helped generate some of those 6 points, got 3 off of that drive, but that problem exactly. They haven't been able to find pay dirt in the end zone so far, and they're going to have to in the second half, and I think it starts with that first drive.
Oh, without a doubt. You cannot come out here and putts down the field and not get any points or only put up 3 at this stage. You have to answer with a touchdown at some point, because the other thing that Watkins does, not only can they spread you out, air it out, do a good job of mixing in the run from Tolliver and Smith, but they use up the whole entire clock. They're not a fast-paced offense. They're just a widespread offense. And so that first half, Mount Vernon saw the ball probably about 25% of the time. And the rest of the time, the ball was in the possession of the Watkins offense. So they got to find a way to change that as well.
Yeah, no, Watkins was methodical in every aspect of the word in that first half. They managed to hold on to the ball for the majority of the time. And when they kept the ball, generally those drives were ending in points. So not only were they keeping possession of it, but they were capitalizing on it there towards the end. So yeah, if you're Mount Vernon, you got to find a way to get the ball and keep it on offense for a little while. You got to try and turn that momentum around a little bit. Get some drives of your own where you're kind of generating some momentum and keeping the ball out of the hands of Watkins, because like we said when this started, Watkins has a lot of athletes, and Ricketts is one to point out. I mean, he's a monster, and so you got to be careful. You can't let him get the ball any more than he absolutely needs to, and he's had way too many opportunities so far to make plays.
I think one of the things you might talk about if you're Mount Vernon in the halftime there is, do you adjust your defense on him? Maybe just make sure that there's always 2 around him and force Watkins to find another player to beat you.
Sure.
I mean, that's one of the things right now they've got to be thinking about. And again, you're nowhere in panic mode, but man, you're right on the edge of that panic mode. If you cannot find some way offensively here when you start this second half, get yourself down that field, give your defense a little bit of time to rest, get that confidence back in your offense, and allow yourself to get 7 points. I really think anything less than a touchdown on this first drive is almost a little bit of a failure to your comeback here in the second half.
No, I know if it's even anything more than just psychological to prove the fact that you can get in the end zone. So far, you've been stuffed out of it. You got to find a way to prove that you can do that with your offense. And again, you're only down by 15, so you get some points on the board on this first drive. It feels very doable. But in the opposite end of that, if the first team to score in the second half is Watkins, you have the feeling that this game is just there's only one outcome that can come from that. So it has to be Mount Vernon on the board first here.
So we'll see as they finally come set and get ready for the kickoff. As Looney will be back deep for the Yellow Jackets. And Watkins comes set. Approaches the ball, gets his right foot into it. It's going to be an end-over-end kick taken at the 5. It's going to bounce, and it's going to go through the end zone. And again, another touchback. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the 3rd consecutive series here for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, not the best field position on earth, but workable. But again, for the Yellow Jackets right here, regardless of what the field position is, you have to make a statement on this drive. You have to find a way to push up the field right here. You have to find a way to keep the ball in your possession for a while, and you got to find points out of this drive. You can't just go 3 and out and turn this ball over. It could be a disaster if they do that.
So the ball will be set on the far hash mark as Watkins comes set defensively and Mount Vernon comes out on the offense. It's going to be a tight bunch formation in the shotgun. 3 bunched on the left-hand side, 1 over on the right. Mavericks in the backfield. Taylor takes a snap. He bobbled it, but he's going to keep it himself. Now that's Richardson. He's going to get around that corner. He's got a crease, and there's that play they've been looking for as he's down the middle to the 50, and I don't see any of that yellowness on the floor. He's going to get hawked from behind, but not before he gets down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line, and that was Ricketts coming all the way from the backside of the field to haul him in. But a great run there by Richards and exactly what the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets needed.
Oh, absolutely. Make a statement on that first play right there. They actually got out wide. They didn't try and stuff it up the middle right there. They spread out a little bit, and they actually got some space, and Richards made him pay. What a big play by him, but Ricketts chasing him down. That's a theme. Ricketts is just an athlete, but what a play. What a start to this drive.
So 1st and 10 as the ball rests inside the 15. As the Yellow Jacket shotgun formation, 1 far right to the near side left. As Mavericks in the backfield takes the handoff from Taylor. Stutter steps up across the 10, and he'll get right about maybe to the 10, but the pile falls forward finally. See where the official says officially down, in the 10 it is. So they got a chance to get a first down. They have to get to the 4-yard line, so they don't have to score a touchdown to keep this drive alive. But after a play like that from Richards, you got to answer with the score. I would think even worst case scenario, walking away with a field goal on this one wouldn't be it.
No, you got to get into the end zone here. Again, you got to get some points on the board. You got to try and close that gap a little bit early.
So Richards back in at quarterback as Mavericks on his left-hand hip. 1 left, 2 to the right. As they come set, man in motion from left to right. Takes a snap. He's going to go that way to the left. He's going to follow his running back up the side, and he's going to try to cut it in there right about the 8-yard line. He'll fall forward to maybe the 7. Didn't have a whole lot of room to operate, just tried to make something positive happen.
Yeah, managed to get something out of it right here, but now you got a big-time 3rd down. And I agree with you, though. I probably put this as 4-down territory. I know you got a field goal kicker. I know you can get points on the board that way, but I feel like this is almost must-go-for-it territory right here. You got to get some points on the board.
So 3rd and about 4 as they go to the wishbone formation. Taylor under center, turns, hands it off. It's a dive right up that middle. He'll push across the 5, and they'll say down right at the 4-yard line. We'll see if that's enough for the first down, and it is not, as the far judge is saying that it is shy, and it is going to be shy by about a foot. Guy's got amazing eyesight.
Yeah.
Wishbone formation. Again, underneath center goes Taylor. He's going to step back and look to the sideline. 17 seconds on the play clock. 21-6 the score is. This is the best drive so far for the Yellow Jackets as they are inside the 5. Need to get a first down to keep it alive. Turns, hands it off. He's going to stiff arm there at the 5. He's got another one, hits him. I don't think he's getting, no, he's not in the end zone, but he is enough for a first down, and that'll keep the drive alive. Boy, I tell you what, that was a great individual effort with that stiff arm to make that first defender miss.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, not going down on first contact there was the key.
So right to the line they go. Again, turn. It's going to be Taylor on the keeper. He's going to push up the middle, and the official's going to say he did not get in, as they'll mark him down at about the 2-foot line, and they'll make it 2nd and goal.
Coaches are making it known from the sideline right here, too. They have no intention of slowing down right here. They want to hurry up, get right back in it, and just pound it down the throats of Watkins.
So Taylor again, wishbone formation, takes a snap again. He tries to push, and he does. And this time he gets in. Touchdown, Mount Vernon.
And all of a sudden, the fans get back into it. What was really a demoralizing last-second score to end the first half. The exact opposite comes out here from Mount Vernon in the start of the second half. So big-time answer from them right there to keep them in this ballgame.
So that pushes the score to 21-12. As they'll get lined up here for the extra point as Montoya will come out to do the kicking. And a great answer there with the first drive by these Yellow Jackets. Now can the defense keep it up? There's the kick. And it's good. So that makes our score 21-13. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction Friday Night Lights.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
So Mount Vernon did exactly what they needed to do to start this second half as they came out on that first drive looking a lot more energetic. And Richards was the key factor on that. A huge run to start it off, sparked this offense, got them down inside the 15. And from there they were able to take it in and finally push it in on Taylor with the quarterback keeper. And right now they're getting ready here for the kickoff. And I think they got to remind each other, you got to watch Ricketts. You got to watch Ricketts. He had one called back that was 98 yards, and I mean, it's better than Ice Baby, dude. I'm telling you, he is smooth down that field. And I think that's what he's trying to remind them is Montoya is saying, look, we got to get this ball out of bounds. We got to be quick and we got to be fast. So he'll get set as Ricketts is not back there. April's the only one back. So it looks like Ricketts has been brought up to about the 22-yard line as they're expecting maybe an onside kick and are trying to get him in a little better position for that. Is it going to be a squib kick again? It's going to go to the left side, and this time he will be wise and let it go out of bounds. And they will start 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And we were talking a little bit there in that commercial break, Austin. This defense has to match the intensity and energy that offense just showed.
Offense did exactly what they needed to do to start this half. They went out there, they had a big play, they had a big drive, and they got points on the board. Now, all of that momentum is on their side right now. If this defense can make a stand, you keep that momentum rolling, you get that hot offense right back out there. But you give it up just as soon as you got it, it's going to change some things. So that this defense has got to find a way to hold him right here, and it starts with finding a way to slow down Ricketts. I don't care if you got a double or triple team, you got to figure out how to slow him down.
Hey, Kenny Rogers said it for a reason. You got to know when to hold him. And this is the time you definitely have to do it. So 1st and 10, ball's at the 35-yard line as the Warriors come back out on offense. Samsel is at quarterback. He's got Smith in the pistol. To the near side right, one left. Turns, fakes the handoff to Smith, rolls. He's looking, and he's going for Ricketts. And I think Ricketts was expecting to do an out route at about 25 yards. And Samsel thought he was going on a streak and threw it about 45 yards. And luckily for him, it sails out of bounds and incomplete. So not what you want to see coming out of halftime. Not even on the same page.
No, about 25 yards of miscommunication right there. Yeah, that was not at all what they had drawn up. And kind of fortunate that Mount Vernon defender was not able to get back out there. It looked like Luke Hubbard almost got the ball right there, but fortunate for Watkins.
So they're line up again, shotgun formation. This time handoff to Smith. He gets hit in the backfield, tries to spin out of it. He somehow keeps on his feet. And finally he gets wrapped up after a loss of about 4. And I'll tell you what, it's so far in this second half, it's like that role reversal as this offense that was turning on pretty much all cylinders there in the first half for the Warriors looks to be a little bit out of sync.
Yeah, safe to say intensity matched right here. Offense to defense, both sides of the ball coming out here strong right now if you're Mount Vernon.
Now you got to watch here because they beat you a couple times on these 3rd and longs, and he loves to look for Ricketts, who's in the slot on the far side. Dolliver's back in the game. Nope, excuse me, that's still Smith. Is he looking? He's looking, and he's just going to throw the out route, and that's going to be Apple, and he'll get it up to about the original. Oh, there's that yellow flag, and that's probably a face mask.
Boy, that could be a backbreaker right there. That is tough.
Not a heartbreaker, but definitely a backbreaker. And that's a horse collar tackle is what it looks like initially by the signal from the official. That's a personal foul. That's 15 yards. That's an automatic first down. And that is where the abusive side of that yellow flag comes in.
Rarely you find it friendly. Yeah, that is tough right there, man. That is a...
And that wasn't, by no means for the defender from Mount Vernon, that wasn't a bad play. He just was grabbing the offensive player wherever he could. It just so happened that he got him up around the neck, and the official was right there to call it. But it's one of those things where you had him stopped.
Yeah.
Can you do it again? That's the key, because if you let that be the trickle effect that goes downhill for you, it's going to be a long afternoon in here in the second half. But we're going to move the ball now to the far side. I guess they mismarked it, and they will come set. So it's going to be Ricketts all by himself down here right on the 50-yard line. 2 up top on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand hip is going to be Smith. As Samsel takes a snap, he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to look. He's looking for Ricketts again. Ricketts is dancing. He held it on too long, as Ricketts looks like he was open originally, and for some reason Samsel didn't get the ball away.
Yeah, I don't know if he didn't have a good line of sight on him right there or what that was, but yeah, definitely didn't see that Ricketts was open. That seemed like another missed opportunity. Yeah, two of them not on the same page to start this drive right here. And yeah, the juxtaposition of the fact that you thought that you had a fourth down, you thought you were off the field, now all of a sudden you got to do it again, which you really didn't even prove in the first half you could do. This is a big mental challenge right here for the Mount Vernon defense, but if you can prove you can do it again, how big is that?
That would be huge. And we'll see here now as they got a 2nd and 10. You're still on the positive side defensively as you're keeping them back. You're not letting them inside the chains, but it's going to turn, hand off to Smith. He's going to drop that shoulder. Not a whole lot there as he pushes out across the 50 to the 49, about a yard. So now you're 3rd and 9. Now you're back to where you were. And now you're back to needing that one stop that has just been eluding you. As it's just like wisdom has always been trying to catch me, but I've been always a step faster. Right now, this 3rd down stop has been eluding this defense for the Yellow Jackets. And shotgun formation again. Ricketts is not in. Takes snap, fakes the handoff. It's going to be a quick out route, and it's going to be jumped. And a great read there by Mount Vernon's defense as they heard my call and stepped up to do the play. And that is an interception and a turnover on downs. And I tell you what, the Yellow Jackets made some good adjustments there in that halftime.
They sure did, man. Credit goes to the coaching staff on that one for sure. They sat down with that team. They looked at what went wrong in that first half, and everything has flipped on its head here in the second half. It looks like a totally different team out there for Mount Vernon right now.
Jack Sparrow said up is down and down is up. And right now the Yellow Jackets are up and the Warriors are down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 starting inside of the Warrior territory at the 37-yard line. As they are looking to, again, gain some momentum. Richards is back in at quarterback. It's going to be a tight shotgun formation, 3 bunched on the left-hand side. As they're going to do a little switching on the sides and come back set. Richards comes set, and we're going to have a timeout. Yep, timeout Mount Vernon. As they want to talk it over, we'll step out too. You listen to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
So as we're coming out of timeout, it is Mount Vernon with the ball after that nice interception there defensively on a big 3rd down stop. As we've talked about, were they able to make adjustments? So far they've made the key adjustments they've needed to make. And the score right here, trying to put themselves right back within striking distance, down 21-13. So again, Richards at quarterback, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself off that right side. A nice read out across the 35, and he'll be down inside the 35 to the 31-yard line, and a gain of about 5.5 there on 1st down.
Yeah, and in that first half, it very rarely felt like that Mount Vernon offense had the first step. It always felt like the line was white moving in on yellow or on orange. And on this half right here, it's been impressive to see Mount Vernon, that momentum in their favor.
Richard stays in, Maverick on his left-hand side. Again, a tight shotgun formation off that left side. He follows it around the corner on a sweep play, gets inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. And that's going to be about a yard shy of a 1st down, but it's 3rd and 1, giving you a lot of options here on what to do.
Entirely 3rd and manageable, like you said right there. So, yeah, the entire playbook at your disposal right here. And you got to see if you can get some other guys activated in this second half, though. You're going to need a whole team effort here to pull this one out.
So Taylor checks back in. They go to the wishbone formation as Taylor steps under center. Now he's going to step back. Again, 3rd and 1. Looks over the defense, trying to find a crease, I bet you. Takes a snap, yep, goes off that right side, and he'll get it. That should be a 1st down, and it is to keep the drive alive.
Tell you what, those good eyes by you right there, checking that out, seeing that. Yeah, that was a pretty clear. He was trying to look for where that gap was. Oh, no.
We got a player down here right now, as it looks like one of the defenders in the bottom of that pile for Watkins may have hurt his leg. We'll see here as they're going to come out, but we're going to step out too while they come out to attend to him. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can fill normal-sized grill tanks to motorhome and even large contractor tanks by the gallon. At Goodwill, you're always guaranteed the lowest propane prices in town.
So good to see the young man getting back up on his feet as he is going to slowly walk off to that sideline, as that is a big clog of the defensive line there for the Watkins Memorial Warriors, and we'll see how they're able to adapt, if he's going to have to miss extended plays or if he's going to be able to work it out quickly on the sideline to get back in and contribute as he has been all night long.
For Mount Vernon right there, that kind of, almost medical timeout. You can't afford to let that affect your momentum right here. You got to get back on the field and keep rolling.
So shotgun formation. Taylor checks back in as quarterback. He's going to have Maverick on the left hip, 2 split out far side right, and 1 to the near side left. Man in motion from left to right. As he finally comes set, takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to try to keep it himself. He does off that left side. Looks like maybe that was a run pass option. He looked to the right as maybe trying to find a receiver over there, decided it wasn't open, so he tucks it in, gets a gain of 5.
Yeah, not a bad decision right there. Way to get positive yardage on that. Keep the drive moving forward right here. And again, you're in a position where you guys have dominated this second half right here, but you got to keep driving down the field. They're burning up some clock, though. They're keeping that Watkins offense off the field, which is big time for them.
Second down. There's a shotgun formation again. 2 right, 1 near side left. As Mavericks in the backfield. Takes the handoff. He dives up the middle. He's got a crease. He cuts it back in at the 15. Made a man miss. Spin move inside the 10. And he'll go down at the 5. And another first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets.
Big time right there. What a run. Nice spin move there at the end. Break free to get the extra yardage, too.
Tell you, the Maytag man would have been proud of that. That spin cycle was on a nice rinse of the defender and kept the drive alive, getting them inside the 10-yard line. Makes it 1st and goal from about the 6.5-yard mark. As Richards checks back in at quarterback. And a little Jack White's bass starts to strum across the guitar. So they come set. It's going to be Maverick on the right-hand side. 2 split out far right, 1 near side left. As Richards takes snap. Now he's going to look for a little pop pass. He's got it. Touchdown, Mount Vernon.
Wow, what a drive there by Mount Vernon, and Caleb Rickett with the reception right there. Getting into the end zone, and for Mount Vernon, that's 2 touchdowns now in this second half. They're rolling.
I tell you, their offense has found the life they were lacking in that first half, as this is a side of them we have not seen all night long. And that was Darian Monahan who caught that, the freshman tight end, as he finally gets himself into the stat sheet tonight. And the alarm, air siren raid sirens are going off. Not to be alarmed.
Looks like the student section ran out of baby powder.
I agree. Got a little too excited in the first half.
With the field goal.
With the field goals. And now that you've gotten the touchdowns and the excitement you need, well, you're all out.
Baby powderless.
So they're going to go for 2 here as it's 21-19. Trying to tie it up. Taylor checks back in at quarterback. 2 left, 2 to the far side right. Maverick on the right-hand hip. Now he's going to send Richards in motion from left to right. Takes a snap. He's going to roll that way. He's got him there in the flats. Waited a little too long as he cut back into the middle, and this time he did get another wide receiver. He did, number 11, as I believe that is Looney. And the 2-point conversion is good, and that makes our score 21-21, all tied up with 4:22 to go here in the third quarter on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Education is valuable, and at Mount Vernon Nazarene University, it's affordable too.
Year after year, MVNU continues to be one of the most affordable 4-year private schools in Ohio. Because of competitive financial aid awards, students are able to graduate with less debt.
Did you know that MVNU has ranged in the top 5% best college for the money by College Factual for the past 3 years straight?
Schedule a visit today with mvnu.edu/visit and see for yourself.
At MVNU, the future is bright.
I tell you, in a tale of 2 cities, Mount Vernon's second half here has been quite a clinic on how to get things done offensively as well as make big plays defensively. May have screwed that up, said defensively twice, but that's on Austin.
I'll take the blame on that one. Felt like it was my fault.
Indeed. So we'll see here what they come up with now as Watkins' offense was really having their way with it in the first half, but so far in the one series we saw them, they looked a little bit out of sync. We'll see if they've been able to get that back in line as Montagna gets the kickoff. It's going to bounce. It's going to be picked up right about the 25-yard line. He's going to stutter step there a little bit as Apple, and then he's going to get out across the 31-yard line, go down there, and that'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors from there. And tell you right now, Austin, they got to find an answer. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves in a predicament that the Yellow Jackets were in the first half.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. In that first half, it was entirely Watkins with the ball the entire time, it felt like. And on this side of this second half right here, it's been nothing but Mount Vernon. So if you're Watkins, you got to get some sort of sustained drive right here. You got to keep the ball in your hands. You got to see if you can get it down the field a little bit, because it's no longer that 21-6 blowout that you saw.
15 unanswered points here in the second half. All in the third quarter. Shotgun formation. Man in motion from right to left. He's going to get it on the sweep. He's going to cut up the middle of the field. A nice block there to the outside, and there comes the flag. As he'll get a run out of bounds right about the 48-yard line, but I got a feeling we're holding all the way back at the 30.
Yeah, that's what it's looking right there, and that's a big gain that gets negated there by that holding. And if you're Watkins, though, you can't afford to get lazy. You can't afford to start taking those penalties. You got to make sure that you're keeping that nice, clean game that you played in the first half, because really from both sides it was pretty clean in the first half. But you can't afford to get sloppy here. You can't afford to panic by any means. I know the momentum's not on your side, but you got to kind of buckle down right here and get back to the fundamentals of what you were doing in that first half.
Exactly. You got to remember you were having all types of success that first half. Get back to what you were doing. Forget about what just happened. You're still in control. As the score here is 21-21, but right now, this second half, that offense has not shown any type of continuity like we saw in the first half. So shotgun formation. Sampson is going to turn. It's going to be a quick out, and he's going to get it there at the 25. Stutter step out across the 30, and he goes out of bounds. We'll see where they officially mark him out at, right at the 30-yard line. And again, we got another player down for Watkins. Looks like a cramp.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. They don't want to keep losing guys out there if they don't have to. You lost Wojo earlier right here, and you got another big guy up front that you might have out.
So while they tend to him, we're going to step out too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
So they finally get the young man stretched out as he's going to slowly walk over to the sideline. Nothing worse than those cramps is something you can't even fight against as it comes in and it's more or less cripples you try to get up. So it's going to be second down and 11 now as the ball sits at the 30-yard line. Smith behind Sampson. And what do we got? Did they snap the ball too soon? I think they might have. I don't think the ball had been whistled into play. Watkins is trying to get as many advantages as they can right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they don't try to hurry up a little bit more offensively, catch this Mount Vernon defense off guard, try to find some kind of opportunity here to get these points back, get some kind of rhythm going offensively, as so far you've looked very polar opposite of what you looked like in the first half. So 2 left, 2 to the right. Smith in the backfield. Yeah, Sampson gets a snap, drops back. It's going to be a quick slant, and he's got his man across the 35. Well, I tell you what, he threaded a needle as both defenders were right there on top of him. And that'll get the ball out to the 40 and a nice gain on second down to make it 3rd and 1.
Took the words right out of my mouth right there. Threaded that pass right in there to Appel. It was a big gain right there. That was again, for this offense right now, they're almost looking for anything. This second half has not started the way they want, so they got to find a way to get some continuity as a team on this offensive side of the ball, and reception like that could be the thing that kind of gets that going.
So 3rd down and 1 is the theme for Jaws. Comes back into the stadium. 2 left, 1 near side right is Rickett. He's going to fake the handoff to Smith. Is he going to keep it off them side? Himself off that left side out across 45 to the 50. Apologize, folks. My brain just decided to reboot mid-sentence. And a nice 1st down, and that's the spark that you haven't seen so far, but it's not a good spark when he's still down on the ground.
Yeah, it almost looks like he's pointing to his leg too. Cramp as well?
Well, I mean, stay hydrated, my friends. That is a key factor to not getting these cramps. But I tell you right now, though, well, they tend to the young man on the field. It's quite astonishing how much the energy levels have changed between these two teams out here in the second half. I mean, you almost wondered if Mount Vernon was kind of just slowly trudging along. Man, this second half, Richard just put a spark into him, and it's been contagious.
Yeah, it's been fascinating to watch because it's truly a tale of two halves. It's been an entirely different ballgame here in the second half. It does. It feels like something really clicked at halftime right there, and Richard's kind of got him going, and they're looking good.
So that is going to be Samson who has to check out, and replacing him is going to be Cam Packard, the senior quarterback. So he will have Smith in the backfield with him on the right-hand side. He's going to have 3 right, 1 far side left. Ricketts down at the bottom of the screen here at the 50. Takes a snap, low snap, and we're going to have a false start. Young man just bobbed down a little bit too much, and that is going to cost them 5 yards. Boy, I tell you, and that's one of the things you got to be prepared for as a backup quarterback. At any time, you got to come here to this game, and you cannot put your team in a worse position while you're stepping in. And right there, he just unfortunately had a little bit of the jitters get in the way. And that's going to be 1st and 15. Smith on the right-hand hip. He's got 2 upside on the left, and he's got 1 down on the bottom right here, and that's going to be Ricketts. Packard calls out the signal, takes a snap, pressure comes, steps out of it somehow, makes a man miss, still looking to throw, makes another man miss, and he's going to take off downfield and spin out of bounds, and he'll get a gain of about 3 before he goes out of bounds. And I tell you, he got lucky there as he looked like he was dead to rights twice.
Yeah, talk about making something out of nothing right there. That looked like it could be a disaster of a play. And like you're saying, so your starting quarterback goes out here. You got to go to your safety nets. You got to look for Ricketts. You got to look for safeties for whatever you can. You got to hand the ball off where you can. But the problem is right now is you find yourself in a 2nd and 13.
And Samson did check back in here, okay, so good. You got a little bit more momentum from that side of it. But a little slow coming here as the clock's down under 10 seconds. The play clock, that is. 21-21's our score. 2:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. Samson takes the snap. Quick hitter to the far side. He's got his man on a hitch there at the 50, and he'll get maybe inside to the 49-yard line. And nice little gain, but it's still going to make it 3rd and 9.
Yeah, this defense from the Yellow Jackets is buzzing, man. They are just moving around quick right now. There's a different energy in this team right now. You can just tell. They know they're back in this game. They know the field is lopsided in their favor.
And now we got another player down on the far sideline. This looks like it was for Mount Vernon. And it looks like he may be cramping as well. Well, that's interesting. And it's, you often will equate the heat to cramps. But one of the other things is as these nights cool off, these young athletes think, well, it's not as hot. I don't need as much water inside me. And so their water intake starts to decrease. And this is what you see is your body's still screaming for that as you're out here playing these games.
Yeah, it's a very clear theme that's happened through the last couple of plays right here. Yeah, it's very noticeable, but it's good to see him hop up real quick right there.
Looks like that may be Looney. Can't tell from up here. Again, my eyesight is terrible. But the young man will have to come off the field. I would think. I was going to say I would be shocked if he was able to stay on the field. Usually if you have to stop play for a timeout, he has to come off. So now they're going to finally get set. It's going to be 3rd down. We're going to call it 9. Shotgun 3 to the right, 1 far left as Samsel takes the snap. He's rolling right, and he's going to throw downfield. And again, just not on the same page with Rickett. As Rickett checked up at about the 30-yard line on an out route, and Samsel threw it all the way down to about the 20.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what could have gone astray at that halftime. You know, that connection in that first half, there was no real issues with it, but it's definitely a noticeable problem here in the second half. They're going to have to get on the same page if they want to pull this game out.
So fourth down now, the punt team comes out as they will set up the punt at the 49-yard line. Gets his foot into a nice end-over-end kick as it's going to bounce, and Looney will let it go out of the back of the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. 1st and 20 for Mount Vernon as their offense here in the third quarter has just been humming.
Yeah, it's been impressive to watch, hasn't it? So it'll be interesting to see here. Can they keep that rolling, though? Because now you have the first opportunity of the night to take the lead. You know, they were down early, and they've managed to slowly but surely work their way back, and now they're in a position of power where they can really try and get the lead.
They seem to have found something that's really working well here with Richards, as he is checked back in to play quarterback. And he's just got that little extra energy spark. He's got great ball carrier vision, so he's finding a crease unlike the other running backs have. And he is going to take it here at 1st and 10. 2 left, 1 far right. As Maverick's in the backfield with him on the right-hand side, he's going to hand it off to Maverick. Maverick's going to try to sweep it out, and he gets that crease. He finds it on the inside up to the 30. And he'll get upended right about the 30-yard line, but it'll be enough for a first down. And again, just a little bit more energy and effort out of this Mount Vernon team.
Yeah, that burst out of the backfield is just a step quicker than it was in that first half, and you can see it. It's noticeable.
So 1st and 10 again as they continue to drive down here. Tied the score 21-all as they were trailing 21-6 going into the halftime. A minute 32 to go here in the third quarter. 3 to the right, 1 near side left. Maverick on the left-hand hip as Richards gets the team set. He's going to roll that way. He's going to look. He's got time. He's still looking. He's going to launch it downfield, and that was a good play by him, recognizing nobody was open and just getting rid of the ball.
Yeah, it's nice to see that sometimes. I know there's really no game, but.
Got flagged, though, in the middle of the field here. I don't know if that's going to be ineligible. Lineman downfield. It's usually what happens right about that spot.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
But it could also be. No, they're talking to the far sideline, so that's probably most likely it. The ineligible lineman downfield. And, you know, those are the things we've seen all season long where you're in these positions, you need big plays, and the mental discipline and the penalties start to come into effect. And you hope it doesn't ruin what Mount Vernon has put together here so far in this third quarter, as that pushes the ball back behind the chains, makes it 1st and 15. As Richard stays in at quarterback, he'll have 2 far side right, 1 to the near side left. Maverick in the backfield with him. Takes the snap, turns, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself off the left side. He's got a crease around the 30, sidesteps his way down the sideline to the 35. And he'll go out right there, a gain of 5 on that, or a gain of 10 on that, and makes him back into that better field position as they're inside the chains, 2nd and 6.
Yep, very good opportunity there for them to fall behind the chains, but manage to stay ahead of it right here. It's big time for them because, again, they've proven their explosive plays are in their arsenal if they have to be, but they really prefer to go with that ground and pound game.
So, again, Richards stays in, 2 to the right, 1 near side left, hands it off to Maverick. Maverick tries to go up the middle, and he's got nowhere. And I tell you, the Watkins defense does a great job of keying on the running back every single time. Maverick just has had no opportunities, and he's tried to run a lot of similar plays that Richards has been successful at. And it's almost like the defense forgets that the quarterback is capable of running the ball.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. So it's going to be shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right, as Maverick's on the left-hand side, as Richard stays in at quarterback. Nope, that's Taylor's checking back in. Richards has moved into the slot on the near side here at the bottom of the screen. Play call change from the sideline, down to 8 seconds on the play clock. Maverick goes to the right hip. They're going to have to move down to 5. They're down to 3. He does get it off, and it's going to be Taylor. He's going to take it behind Maverick. And I tell you, that was an interesting call. I'll just go with that. Taylor's a thrower. I think more of a thrower in the short yardage kind of quarterback sneak under center kid. It had great. I don't know. That just seemed like a weird time to run with a quarterback after Richards has been that successful. But either way, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So stick around. We'll come back for the fourth and final quarter as the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights are score Mount Vernon 21, Watkins 21.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m., now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
If market volatility is keeping you awake at night, call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal.
It's all downhill from here. As we got 12 minutes left to go in this ball game, 21-21 is our score. Mount Vernon and Watkins are tied up. It's fourth down as the ball sits right at the 35-yard line for Mount Vernon. And the punt team will be out as Ricketts along with Paul will be back deep for Watkins. They're going to set up camp right about their own 35-yard line. I tell you what, man, this is going to be an interesting fourth quarter as Watkins has looked a completely different team here in the second half. Good snap, gets his foot into it, a high end over again. Beautiful kick. Apple's going to take, it's going to go off his shoulder, and it's going to roll deep inside. He's got to get to it. He wasn't even trying to get to it, and he just gave up and let Mount Vernon take that ball.
Does he think he didn't touch it? Did he?
I mean, it looked like from my angle he touched it. Are they saying he did not touch that ball? Okay.
Wow.
All right. Wow. Well, either way, that was a beautiful punt, but it looked like he had put his hands up to catch it and it hit off his shoulders from up here. But again, I have stated multiple times, and people have been kind to text in and remind me of that. Getting old sucks, and my eyesight sucks tonight. So we'll just go with it. It's going to be Mount Vernon on defense. Watkins with the ball. First and 10 at their own 10-yard line. So the worst field position they've had so far all night. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. As Tulliver's back in the game. Ricketts is in motion. He's going to get it on the jet sweep, and he made a man miss in the backfield, and that may be costly. Good grief, that young man can move. And he is going to stutter step away and out of the tackle and almost broke another one before he finally goes down at the 24-yard line. And that is enough for a first down. And, man, that is, boy, I tell you what, that some of those moves look like one of those players you give all 99 ratings to in Madden.
Looked like a creative player right there, man. That was unbelievable.
He refused to go down in the backfield. Looked like he was dead to rights at about the 2-yard line. And then from that point on, it was a stutter step, spin cycle, drop the shoulder, almost get out of it, run to the house. But they were able to bring him down, but he got a first down. Tolliver's going to get the handoff this time, and Tolliver is going to get nowhere as JoJo will get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage in a yard. It makes it 2nd and 9.
So if you're Watkins here, you got to find a way to keep the ball. You got to find a way to put some sort of drive together because you can't afford to just give this ball up and give it right back to Mount Vernon, right? You got to get some sort of offense going.
Yeah, you got to be methodical. You got to get the ball in your playmakers' hands. You got to kind of keep finding ways to get Rickett that ball. You know, those sweeps are valuable options for that young man. And to let him use his athletic ability because I just don't think Mount Vernon can keep containing him. Low snap. Pressure's coming. He rolls out. He's looking deep. He's got a receiver coming across the middle. That's a Paul, and he's got it. And that'll be a first down. And, well, I tell you what, great job by that wide receiver not giving up on that play, hustling across the field to give his quarterback a target.
Yeah, quarterback's best friend right there, huh? He managed to find a way to get open, didn't give up on the play even after his route was over, just kind of find an open spot in the field and say, hey, I'm open for it. But I agree with you, yeah, with Ricketts. It's been a lot of downfield, but it seems like communication's been off. I almost don't know if a few sweeps in the backfield, get the ball in his hands, you know. Let him make some plays because you know he will.
So they continue to sit and look to the sideline. Now the play comes in as they shuffle some staff. 10 seconds on the play clock as Smith comes set on the left-hand side. 2 left, 2 to the right. Low snap again, and they're going to say he's down because the ball was on the ground. And that is not something to start getting here in the fourth quarter from your center is the inability to snap a ball.
No.
That's twice now.
Yeah, hope you can isolate those instances just a couple of times right there because no, he's got to stay on point. This offense has had enough struggles as it is. You can't add something like that in.
Yeah, that's a vital role of that offense that cannot go sideways because, well, then you got nothing else to go on. So we will see here what they come up with now. Behind the chains, it's second down and 15. One right, three to the left. Takes a snap, drops back. He's going to look. He's got a man wide open in the middle of the field. He's going to cut back and try to get around the corner. I think he should have just spun and gone upfield because he almost lost himself the ability to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And he's going to be just shy of it, and it's going to make it third. And I'm going to be stubborn and call it 10.5. I'm not going to give him a 3rd and 10.
Wow, that's not very nice.
I'm just going to be stubborn on that one.
Yeah, how about that? Wow, let him know.
So 3rd and 10 now as the ball sits right at the 39-yard line of Watkins. 21-all is our score. 8:51 to go in the ball game. Shotgun formation. One right, three to the left. Smith's in the backfield. Looking deep is Samsel. He's got plenty of time. Absolutely plenty of time. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get all the way across the 50 and get out of bounds after he picks up a first down and keep this drive alive. And what a great job there, not only by the quarterback of recognizing nothing was open downfield and taking what they'd given him, but by his offensive line for giving him that much time.
Yeah, to let a play draw on that long, too, and to avoid that crucial holding penalty that tends to kill you right there. That was big time. They stayed doing what their roles were right there, didn't try and do anything extra, yet gave him plenty of time to make that play possible.
So 1st and 10 inside Mount Vernon territory. Shotgun formation, trips right. Quick hit, slant right there to Paul. He gets it across the 40, and he'll be down to the 37-yard line, and a nice little play-action hitter. And that keeps the chains moving and the drive alive. And another first down.
In a quiet drive, though, from Ricketts. It's been interesting. This has been a productive drive. They've managed to get the ball down the field, but Ricketts doesn't really seem to be a featured member of the offense right now. I don't know if he's just kind of sitting idly by waiting to strike like he can, but it's been an interesting drive so far without him.
So shotgun formation again. 3 right, 1 near side left. Another quick hit, another slant right across the middle up to the 30. And a nice gain of 6 there on that play on first down. And I tell you what, man, it's a we talked a little bit about it in trying to take Ricketts away, right? And they've done a little bit of that, I think, here. They've got a safety sitting over top. They've got Looney usually kind of hanging around him, getting a little more physical, pressing him, not giving him those clean releases. But Apollo's done a great job of filling that void here in the second half, and a great job by the coaching staff to recognize that. But they're going to take a timeout. We will, too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
If market volatility is keeping you awake at night, call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal. As our old high school football coach would remind us, the true champion is found with your ability to bounce back after a loss. So stop losing sleep and call the team who will coach you through the good times and the bad times. Spearman Financial Services, financial plans that last a lifetime.
Securities offered through Valmark Securities Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Valmark Advisors Incorporated, SEC registered investment advisor. Spearman Financial Services is a separate entity from Valmark Securities Incorporated and Valmark Advisors Incorporated. Past performances cannot guarantee future results. One cannot invest directly in an index.
Watkins takes the timeout to talk about it here on second down as the score 21-all with 7:34 to go in the ball game. Remind you to stick around after the game for the starting point post-game show, as well as the Pizza Cottage player of the game. So the Warriors are on the warpath as they're inside of Mount Vernon territory at the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 right, 1 near side left as Smith checks back in on the right-hand side of Samsel. Takes a snap, drops back. He's got time. Oh, boy, he's got a lot of time there. And he finds his receiver out across inside the 25 at the 22. He got driven back, so we'll see where his forward momentum gave him. They're going to say he got inside the 25 down to the 23, and another first down for the Warriors.
And there's just so many weapons for the Warriors, right? So you give him that much time to sit there and try and find somebody out there. He's going to eventually, whether it's Dylan Kennedy, Appel, doesn't really matter. They're going to have an option out there.
So again, shotgun formation, 1st and 10. 1 right, 3 to the left. Hand off to Smith. Smith off that right side. He got around the corner and across the 20, and there's that flag. I knew it was coming. And that's going to be a holding. It looked like the tackle for Watkins grabbed a little too much jersey.
Yeah, a little bit too much of a gap down there towards the end. You saw it. Gary saw it. He couldn't miss it.
Yeah, well, and that's why Gary is who he is. He misses nothing. It's almost like omnipresent.
Wow, that's deep.
Thank you. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Push the ball all the way back out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And that'll make it now 1st and 20 for the Warriors. And, usually you would I'm going to just power it down for the evening, folks. Have a good night. No, anyways, usually you would worry about that, but the Watkins offense has showed a propensity to be able to get themselves out of these deep holes. Shotgun formation is going to have a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to Smith off that right side. A little bit of a stutter and not much of a crease. And as the defensive line got in there, was able to wrap him up a gain of about 1.
Yeah, they've managed to make a theme tonight of finding those second and longs, those third and longs, and they're managing to convert. They're making big plays at big times when they need to be. But this is one of those drives right here where they've burned up a lot of clock. They've done a good job, but they really can't afford to stall out right now, right? You got down into the crucial area. You got to convert right here.
So second down, we're going to call it 19. Shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff to Smith. He's going to roll out. There's a defender right in his face. He rolls out still. I mean, what a job of spinning, and he's got a man wide open downfield, and it's caught. And they're going to say he was shy of the touchdown. And we're going to have pass interference, though, on Mount Vernon. It was intercepted. Seeing now as Mount Vernon's player comes away with it from the bottom of that pile, but that is going to be a pass interference as number 5-4 Watkins was able to get all the way behind the defense. They just completely forgot about him. And that ball was just a little bit underthrown by Samsel, but the defender got caught with these hands on the receiver.
Huge play by Samsel, though, to stay alive long enough to make that play possible. Staying elusive in the backfield, making a defender or two miss.
I mean, it's, I'm going to say right now we're looking at 3 quarters for Watkins and 1 for Mount Vernon. That 1 for Mount Vernon was a big enough punch, though, allowed them to tie up this game. But I tell you, Watkins hasn't given them an opportunity at all here in the fourth quarter. They haven't seen the ball once, and we're almost halfway through it. Watkins, again, continues their methodical drive as they got the ball all the way down inside the 20-yard line, down to the 17. Shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 split out far right. As Smith again in the backfield. It's going to be a quick hitter to the outside of wide receiver screen. He's got him there. He made a man miss out inside the 15, and he will not be able to get out of there and gets driven back, but they better be careful how far they go. The whistle is blowing, and that'll be a gain, we'll say, of about 2 and make it 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and I guess it is worth noting with that pass interference that happened there earlier. It was a 15-yard penalty, but wasn't enough to get that first down. So, yeah, now you find yourself in this 3rd and 1 right here, a must-convert situation, 4-down territory, I'd imagine, for Watkins right here. You have that belief on your team that you can get that 1 yard you need, but
I would think so, but at the same time, you also got to look at it. Their kicker isn't terrible either. I mean, the extra points show that the range is there.
Sure.
Get your free points if you can. Anyway, shotgun formation, and that was not going anywhere. I tell you what, I mean, the only thing I've seen worse crumble than that is the Monroe line for the French when the Germans attacked. I mean, there was nobody there. They just swamped all over Smith, drove him all the way back to the 19, and now you've added an extra 4 yards, 5 yards for your kicker to try to put this one through.
Yeah, no, that looked like Washington and Germantown right there. That was an absolutely devastating blow right there.
So they're going to line up and kick the field goal from the 26-yard line. That'll make it 36-yarder. Boy, no pressure here, young man. As you got 4:53, 21 all is the score. Snap is back, kick is up, and no good. As it sailed wide right, and that'll be a huge shift. And Mount Vernon will take over with 4:45 to go, deep inside their own territory.
Wow. What a turn of events there by Mount Vernon. It felt like Watkins burned the clock down, did exactly what they did in the first half right there. You know, long sustained drive that eventually is going to reward them with points. But Mount Vernon able to make the stop right there.
Huge.
Wow. Yeah.
Huge stand by that defense. Now it's important for this offense, one, to remember who they are and what got them here. They got to find Richards. Richards is the man that they rode in that 3rd quarter. There's no reason to stop riding his back and see if he can't make this happen for him. He's got him lined up at quarterback now. Takes a snap. He's going to be a student body sweep to the left-hand side. He's got the crease around the corner up to the 24. And he gets tripped up from behind by Rocco, and that'll be a gain of 3.
And this quarter has been entirely Watkins, right? I mean,
this is the first time Mount Vernon's had the ball in the 4th quarter.
Right. With that being said, the 3rd quarter was entirely Mount Vernon. And this offense is coming onto the field with that being really the last go of it that they had. So they should still have that confidence that they can keep that rolling. Defense is on the field for a long time, but if you're Mount Vernon, you have momentum on your offensive side.
Richard stays in. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, goes off that left side. He's going to try to push across the 25, gets up to the 26. Nice adjustment so far. Linebacker staying home. Richards isn't finding those big creases on the backside he was finding there in that third quarter. And now you're looking at 3rd and 4. And we got another player down for cramps. We do.
Can't see what number that is out there, but yeah, same familiar position that we found ourselves in a couple of times tonight. Legs straight out, getting stretched out.
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors bringing you our action tonight. Obviously, starting point of Knox College, Griffin Insurance, Howard Hilton, Foster's Pharmacy, Mount Vernon Nazarene University, Spearman Financial Services, Elite Preparedness, Pizza Cottage, Avita Health Systems. Thank you. Licking Knox Goodwill and the Cubbage. I'm going home. I'm done. My tongue has stopped working for me tonight. I would blame my brain, but my brain has never worked, so that's kind of out the window.
Blame me. I'm always an option.
You are. This is true. But fortunately, you don't have to speak for me.
That's true. I also didn't name Cubbage Cabbage, so
true. Yes.
Can't put that one on me. A lot of things can be. That one probably not.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 3 as we come back to our senses here. I believe that is Taylor that is checked back in at quarterback. Yes. He's going to have 2 to the left, 2 to the near side right. Maverick is going to switch now over to his right-hand hip. 10 seconds on the play clock as they come set. Takes the snap, drops back. Quick hitter to the outside. Boy, he just overshot that. A little too high, a little too hot. And that's going to be incomplete off the hands of his receiver.
And I struggle with that decision there. I know Taylor has been the quarterback for this team for the majority of the year. But this second half offense has really felt like it's been Mason Richards to run. And so it surprises me there that in a crucial moment you go with him. Not a critical moment because that is what you would say. It's a crucial moment.
It's contagious.
Right. It's spreading like wildfire up here.
All right, so Mount Vernon gets enough players on the field. Now they come set. 4th down as they get ready to kick it off. And it's a high snap, but he finally gets his foot into it. And unfortunately, it is not going to go the way he wants as it takes a Watkins bounce. Checks up at the 50, goes back to the 46, and now Watkins has got a short field, 1st and 10 at Mount Vernon's 46-yard line.
I'm just checking. I thought I saw a yellow flag come in from the other side of Mount Vernon.
You talking over by Ariel?
Right.
Okay, all right.
No. Yeah, the other side of town.
It's a big yellow flag.
Yeah, it was a heck of a toss. It came in like a missile, though.
We sure it wasn't a yellow submarine?
Could have been.
They are talking something over, and I can guarantee you it has nothing to do with the quality of salsa.
No?
No, I don't think this is a salsa conversation. Like, it's not enthusiastic enough, you know? I feel like when you're debating salsa, you're going to have a little more energy in it. You know what I mean? That's a power conversation.
Right.
This is a make sure everybody's on the same page. Personal foul. Ooh. Well, I tell you what, just like that guy's microphone not working, that doesn't work for you if you're Mount Vernon.
No, that is a blunder at a crucial moment right there.
And we've unfortunately seen this all season long.
Yeah,
Not just with Mount Vernon, but just in the games we've covered. The final quarter and games where these teams are within striking distance, trying to make the plays, man, these penalties, these personal foul penalties are just coming back to haunt teams each and every week. So shotgun formation, 2 left. And Samsel is finally ready, and the play is blown into session. Smith's in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff. Drops back. He's got him again, looking deep. A pull, and just overshot him. Boy, I tell you what, he was running a nice post route into the middle of the field. Had about a half a step on the defender, and Samsel's pass was just about half a yard too far out in front.
Yeah, tried to catch up to him, man. That could have been an explosive play right there that really would have just blown this game right open towards the end, but still in great field position, still in it's only 2nd down right here. They got to see if they can capitalize. This could be the game.
You got to see Ricketts at some point, wouldn't you think?
You would think.
Another quick hitter, and boy, I tell you what, he got alligator arms. Yeah. He'd been making that play all night long. You saw the black jersey in the corner of his eyes, man, and those arms flew back quickly, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, both teams on offense right now playing things real tight. You can tell that nervous energy's out there. But it does really surprise me that I haven't even seen – you haven't seen some sort of sweep, some sort of handoff, something to get Ricketts the ball.
He's by far your best player. You got to give him opportunities, and I just feel like they're not here in key moments. And there they go, just like we called it. Is he able to get the corner? A nice block downfield by Samsel. Gets across the 30, and he gets driven out of bounds. Boy, that was a little bit late on that tackle, but they're not going to say it was bad. They're going to say he's out of bounds at the 26. He's going to be shy of the first down by 5. He's going to bring up 4th down. They got 3:06 to go in the game.
Do you bring the kicker out there to give it another shot?
Nope, not at this stage. What do I know? I mean, what do I know? I'm going to clock out, go home, watch me some wrestling, and call it a night. So anyways, now this young man is going to set up and try for a 44-yard attempt. I was going to say somebody's going to take a timeout. And that is going to be Mount Vernon to take a timeout. We will too. But stick around to see if this young man can knock it in from 44 to take the lead. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
Well, folks, 21-21 is the score, just like Austin and I told you it would be. As we get ready here in the 4th quarter on a 4th down, as Brennan Waynagel will line up to kick a 3-point field goal. Ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line, making it a 44-yard attempt. He missed the last attempt from closer, wide right. Come set, ball snap. Kick is up and too low, it's blocked as he is going to dive on top of it. And again, another big opportunity here for Mount Vernon. And we will see if they're able to take advantage of it here with 2:59 left to go. You've been battling this whole second half. Your defense has been fighting tooth and nail to keep you in this ball game. A defense that really looked out of sorts in the first half. They could not find an answer for this Watkins offense. But tonight they have stepped up big. They have taken Ricketts completely out of the game plan for the Warriors. And they have an opportunity now offensively here with 1st and 10, the ball at the 45-yard line.
Looks like they'll start the drive with Taylor at the QB spot.
And that he is, shotgun formation. 3 right, 1 to the far side left. As Mavericks in the backfield, he's going to get the handoff. Nope, it's going to be a reverse to Richards. They're going to try to call it out of Watkins' playbook. And this time he's going to get up to the 45. And he'll go down right about the 46-yard line. A gain of about 4. Great job defensively by the backside of the defense of not getting caught.
Yeah, that looked like it could have gotten ugly right there, though. It looked like he could have lost a massive amount of yardage, to at least get what he did out of that was big time. But, yeah, where do you go with this drive? Which quarterback? You've been swapping in both tonight, but I really feel like the second half has been Mason Richards. I'm thinking that he's got to be the one you need to get the ball to, right?
He's the one lined up at quarterback right now. Tight shotgun formation. Maverick in the backfield on the right-hand side. He keeps it. Goes off that right side. He's trying to get around the corner. Rocco's there. Chases him down. He's still got room across the 50. And he gets wrapped up by Rocco at the 45. But gets that first down. And, he's slow to get up. As it looks like maybe his hip. And that is not what you want to be seeing if you're Mount Vernon. He is struggling.
Wow.
And, Rocco came in from behind, wrapped him up on the backside. I don't know if the ball kind of rolled down in there, maybe went on the hip a little bit awkwardly, but, boy, that is something you don't want to see for this young man, as he has been having just a highlight of a second half.
Oh, yeah, his name has been stamped all over this second half, and the fact that it's a 21-21 ball game right now is in large part due to him and how he took leadership of this team in that second half. So really got to see how he battles through right here.
Hopefully it's nothing major, and he hops up. I got a feeling I know what happened, and if that happened, the young man is going to be good to go here on the next play, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Mount Vernon as Taylor checks back in at quarterback.
For Taylor right here, though, you can't let this one play go to waste. You got to try and get something out of it.
You got to lose yourself in the moment. Is that what you're going with there, Em? Shotgun formation, turns, hands it off. Maverick off that left side. Oh, he's got a big crease. He's out across the 40. He's down inside the 30. He's got one man to beat. And he'll get run out of bounds. No flags. Huge gain. And there's the momentum Mount Vernon needed.
Who needs Goose when you got Maverick, baby? What a run right there. Wow. Big time game. That's a playmaker.
Oh, there was a flag. Oh, no. Gentlemen.
Surely not.
With great
and we're
regret, I must inform you that beautiful run there is going to come all the way back.
It's about as annoying as getting a call about your car's extended warranty. Yeah, that hurts.
Wow.
But again, though, this offense has been humming on this half. You got to keep it rolling. You can't let that slow you down right there.
So get a little bit like Ludacris and just keep rolling. Anyways, let's sound a little bit more like Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit. Shotgun formation, one left, two to the right. Richards back in the game, keeps himself on a dive up the middle across the 35. He'll get upended there, fall forward to the 32, but not before he got that first down.
Richards with a big fist bump right there too, man. He's invested in this game. You've seen it all over tonight, but he's leading by example, and it's been very easy to see.
Well, it's going to be a timeout for Watkins, so we're going to step out too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, I think I might be pregnant.
What? How do you know?
I took a pregnancy test the other night. I don't know where to start. I don't think I'm ready to be a mom.
It's totally okay. I heard there's this place called Starting Point. They have free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and counseling. They have resources available for girls on a tight budget. You have more choices than you think.
Really? I don't know. If my parents find out, they'll kill me.
Don't worry, girl. Everything is confidential and judgment-free.
How do I make an appointment?
Just visit knoxstartingpoint.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is
out of that timeout. We got a minute 47 left to go in the ball game. The ball is resting inside of the Warriors' territory at the 33-yard line. Our score is 21-all. As Mount Vernon is looking to capitalize on a great second half as they went into halftime trailing 21-6 and have scored 15 unanswered. Maverick gets it again on the handoff. This time he goes to the right, and he gets up to the 30. He made a man miss at the 30. A stutter step down to the 25, and he goes down right there at the 25. That'll be shy of the first down marker, but a nice gain there and a nice run. And we got a player down for Watkins, but he's able to jump back up quickly. And it's for second down and about 3.
Mount Vernon keeping the tempo up right here, it seems like. But at the same time, I mean, you got a minute 18 left, so you want to play this clock a little bit smart, but keep the pressure on.
Richards in at quarterback. 2 left, 1 near side right. It's Maverick's in the backfield. He's going to follow Maverick on a dive up the middle, and a good job there defensively of just getting low. Rocco along with a couple others, and that trips him up, but not before he gets that first down to keep the drive alive. And you're down to a minute, so now you got to be a little bit more cautious if you're Mount Vernon. You've had a nice, slow, steady pace here, but you only got 1 timeout left. And you got to find a way to get the ball in. Hand off to Maverick off that left side. Stutter step back into the middle. Made a couple men miss into the 15. And he'll go down inside the 15, down to the 13. And now you're back into field goal position. Now you just got to be smart. Let that clock continue to run. Get your young kicker out there. And Montoya put some more points on the board for you and win it. And that's another option. You're looking at, stick around for the Starting Point post-game show as we'll bring you the Pizza's Cottage player of the game. But right now it's a battle between Richards and Montoya for the Yellow Jackets. Maverick gets the handoff off that left side. He gets hit in the backfield, and he cannot go anywhere. Good job defensively this time by the Warriors of stopping him. Boy, you're down to 15 seconds there, bud.
Yeah, that is.
Quickly they go, 3rd down. Under center, and we'll see if he got off the field. They didn't even look to see, so they're going to give it to him. Maverick's got the ball. You're down to 2 seconds. Wow. Wow. You want to play it as close as you can, and that's exactly what they did. As Mount Vernon takes a timeout, we'll step out too. Stick around, folks. The game is on the line. 21 all on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
Well, if you had a 21-all score being decided in the final second on your bingo card tonight, you may be a winner. So Gabe Montoya is going to come out. No pressure, young man. You got a whole city about to explode with you here if you can make this kick. If you can't, you just go to overtime. Ball's going to be spotted officially right at the 21-yard line. So it'll be a 31-yard attempt straight down the middle as they put the ball. And Watkins will use their last timeout. We'll keep it here as they're trying to ice the kicker. And last play there, that run by Maverick, all they wanted to do was just get the ball in the middle of the field. Kickers have preferences on where they are the most comfortable with kicking, whether the middle of the field, one of the hash marks. Clearly, Gabe Montoya's preference is the middle of that field. And Watkins calls that timeout. And I tell you what, it's going to be hard to figure this out at the end of the game if this young man puts that ball through the uprights. Because he kept them around in the first half.
Entirely, yeah.
And then Richards took over in the second half, but when you needed it, when it was on the line.
Sure. Yeah, no, Richards has stepped in at a time when it was desperately needed to find that guy to give him an answer, but Montoya's been there the whole game. He's gotten the points early in the game. He's gotten the extra points towards the end.
So we'll see here as they finally come out of that timeout. The ball again, like I said, marked at the 21-yard line right in the middle of the field. Gabe Montoya staring down the middle of those goalposts. You've done it a million times, kid. There's nothing different than every time before. Ball snapped. Taylor's got the hold down, and it's blocked! It was blocked as Watkins came shooting in. I believe that was Rocco who got in there and blocked it. And, boy, I tell you, what a dramatic ending to this ball game as we're going to go into overtime. Our score 21-21. And I'll be honest with you, folks. When I arrived here at the stadium, I did not have this in mind.
No, it was a tough one to draw up when this game first started because you had a couple of teams that you knew the records weren't where they would want to be. But, boy, this has turned out to be a competitive affair between these two. And there's a legitimate chance that really you felt like Watkins had a shot to run away with this game. And Mount Vernon responded in so many ways.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, that first half, that defense was just, it was like Swiss cheese. They couldn't stop anything.
No. Yeah, there was nothing.
And you saw it right from the get-go. I mean, the opening kickoff, 98 yards of the house, it gets called back by a holding penalty, so they got to start at the 45-yard line and then just go down there anyways and score again. And they did that 3 consecutive series in a row where Mount Vernon got a field goal, and then offensively they just looked lethargic. There was no energy to that side.
Yeah, there was nothing. And now in the second half of this game, it feels like the momentum has entirely been with Mount Vernon. But that stop right there, what does it do to that sideline for Watkins? You feel like this is a new game. You've played better probably for the majority of the game. But at the same time, it's a new ball game here in overtime.
Yeah, and being a new ball game, there are a little bit different rules. So each team is going to get a chance to be on offense. You're going to get your first goal, and you're going to have your opportunity to score. I believe after the third overtime, you no longer can go for an extra point. You have to always go for 2.
We get to that third overtime. I hope any dinner plans you had are canceled.
Unfortunately, I think if I would have ate anything earlier today beyond just that slice of pizza, I'd be in the back corner napping. But thankfully that didn't happen because this has turned into be one of the great games here tonight. So Watkins will defend, and Mount Vernon will start with the ball. And they will get an opportunity here to go down and score. If they do not score, Watkins will get the same opportunity, and they can win it on the field goal.
You like Mount Vernon starting with the ball?
Yeah, I've always I guess it comes down to this really not starting with the ball is really down to a feel you're having for your team. And clearly right now, the Mount Vernon coaching staff is confident in the offense.
Yeah.
And so what they want to do is say, okay, get out there, put those points on the board, get that touchdown, make them doubt themselves even more.
Sure, yeah.
And hopefully take that mental edge away from their offense when they get the opportunity. But the big problem with this taking the ball first is if you don't score, boy, that momentum switch is huge to the other side. And then the pressure that compounds to your defense of we can't afford to make any mistakes.
Yeah, no, you have no room to spare.
So Richards is back in at quarterback, tight shotgun formation, bunch to the left. Follows Maverick off that left side. He's going to try to get out across the 20, cuts it inside of there at the 20, and he'll get wrapped up by Rocco and go down at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, I like the choice to take the ball first. I think you've been in control. You've been in the driver's seat for most of that second half, so why not continue with that theme, try and get in the end zone and put that pressure back on that Watkins offense. Your defense has got to feel pretty darn good if they can get that score and they can go out there trying just to hold.
So second down, we're going to call it about 6. Richards takes the snap, hands it off. Maverick tries to go off that right side. Rocco's there again. Boy, I'm telling you what, dude. He's also making a name for himself tonight and may want to give himself a nice little pizza if they can pull off a win. Rocco on the defensive side for the Warriors has just been a beast, number 44 all night long.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And in this last couple minutes of this game, his presence has been so pronounced. Like, he has been all over the field. He's made some huge plays for this defense. When this Watkins team was looking for really anybody to stand up, he was there.
So third down now. Need 8 to get a first, 18 to get a touchdown. Taylor in at quarterback, 2 left, 1 far side right, and that's going to be Richards. Maverick comes on the left-hand hip. Taylor now looks over the sideline. And they're going to call a timeout, so we're going to step out too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy.
Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
You're saying.
So we're in overtime, folks. 21-all is the score as Mount Vernon has the ball. Third down and 8 as they are starting the overtime with the first possession. So regardless of the outcome of this, Watkins will get an opportunity. Taylor checks back in at quarterback. He's now going to have 2 left, 2 to the right. Richards will move to the open side of the field on the left in the slot. Mavericks in the backfield on the left-hand hip. Sends a man in motion. That's going to be Looney from right to left. And you got multiple people in motion. There it is. There's the flag. There's the throw. It's not going to matter because there's a penalty. And it is caught.
Wow.
And that is going to be devastating because you've got a false start in the backfield.
Yeah.
Just not on the same page.
Yeah, that's tough.
So what looked like a promising play is going to be a negative play here for the Yellow Jackets. And, man, this is a little bit more like what we saw there in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately for the Yellow Jackets, this is not the time to resort back to that.
No, not at all in the most crucial part of the game.
Wow.
Yeah, that's tough. And what a buzzkill right there too.
Man.
Wow, that's tough.
So third down, 13 now as the ball gets pushed back outside the 25, or excuse me, the 20 to the 24. Or 23. Definitely not the 22 though.
No, absolutely not.
Shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 far side right. Taylor takes the snap, drops back, pressure's coming. He's got to step up. He's going to try to go somewhere, and he's going to go nowhere. Whoo, boy, oh boy, oh boy, my friend.
Wow.
That is not what you were looking for.
No. No, that is.
I tell you, you open up that fairy book ending, and that wasn't what was drawn in there. Boy, that is just a terrible, misfortunate series of events here for the Yellow Jackets. You have all the momentum in the world
all of it
on your side. You have dominated this team in the whole second half. You're right there knocking on the precipice of victory. And then you have a false start and then just a huge sack. So 4th down and 4 the ball game here for the Yellow Jackets. Again, pressure's coming from Rocco. He's going to swing it out to Maverick. It's not going to be enough, though, as he's going to just get wrapped up and be taken down all the way back behind the 30-yard line at the 32. And that is not what Mount Vernon was looking for there, man. I'll tell you what, now your defense is really under pressure. And this is one of the things that I was talking about, why you got to be careful taking the ball to start.
No, you said it. You absolutely said it right when this started. There's some advantages and some disadvantages to taking the ball there first on offense. But when you don't do anything with it, especially with a series of events like that, it's really deflating. So now this defense has to come back out with that same fire in their stomach that they've had the entire second half, and they got to make a stand.
And if you're Watkins, you know you just got to get 3.
Yeah.
There's no pressure to score a touchdown at this stage. You now know exactly what you need to do. You just got to go out there and execute it. Let's see if they're able to, because Mount Vernon could not. Shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 to the right. Quick snap. It's going to be a screen out to the left-hand side. He's got a block. He's got a crease. He's down inside the 5, and he'll go down at the 2-yard line. And that is probably the proverbial straw that may break the back.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. But for Watkins, part of me wonders too. So your kicker on this end has missed 2 consecutive potentially game-winning field goals. So if you have to march him back out there to try it again, what does that do to him mentally? I don't know, but that play right there was huge to give them the opportunity. You don't really want to march a kicker out there. Just get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now you're down inside the 5-yard line. You're going to find some kind of way here to get that ball. I would just think at this time you're probably going to be trying to look to get Smith lined up. See if that big young man can use his bruiser frame, push it forward. Tulliver, give him some opportunities. Smith is in there right now in the ball game, as they are also bringing in Rocco, and they're going for a power I. Smith's the deep back. Samsel under center, turns fullback, dive, touchdown, Watkins, ball game.
What a game. What a great Braden Walden there to finish it off for him. But what a battle between these two teams. What you knew was going to be a heck of a game. Really, when that second half started and you saw Mount Vernon march down the field, you knew that this was going to be an interesting one at that point. But wow. Wow.
What a game indeed. So our final score here from Mount Vernon, Watkins 27, Mount Vernon 21 in overtime. Stick around for the Starting Point post-game show, as we will be back to wrap up our broadcast.
Hey, football fans, as we cheer on our teams this season, let's talk about a crucial support team right here in Mount Vernon.
At Starting Point Pregnancy and Family Resource Center, we're here to support you through every decision, just like a coach guides you through the big game.
Whether it's about pregnancy testing or exploring your options, Starting Point is all about giving you the information and support you need.
Just like every play counts on the field, every choice you make for your life matters.
For more information, visit knoxstartingpoint.com.
Knox Starting Point. You have more choices than you think.
So welcome in to the Starting Point post-game show as our final score here in overtime. Watkins 27, Mount Vernon 21. And you want to talk about a game that did not look to play out the way it did tonight, as Watkins came in 0-6. Mount Vernon 2-4. Kind of looked at the schedules and you kind of looked at the quality of opponents and said to yourself, man, this might actually be a game that Watkins can finally exert a little bit of that pressure that they're known to do with their athleticism, as they've had a lot of close games but just haven't been able to push past that final goal to get the win in. Now you've watched Mount Vernon, though. They've last 2 weeks have been phenomenal and played very well. And so the game comes out. You got a first quarter takeoff right from the first kick. And what do you see? Well, you see a 98-yard touchdown return by Rickett. And you're like, what are we doing here? Well, you're doing a holding, so it's got to come back to the 45, but then they still march downfield. And you started to see a little distance between Watkins' athletic ability and Mount Vernon.
Sure. Yeah, no, it was that first half was dominating. There's no other way to put it. That first half for Watkins was everything they could have hoped for. And for Mount Vernon, they couldn't really get anything going. That offense looked stagnant. They were so one-dimensional. There was just nothing going for them. But then the second half starts.
Ooh, boy, I tell you what, second half starts, and Richard comes out like a man on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets the ball to start off. He busts off a long run of about 60 yards right up the middle, a couple cutbacks to get that space. And it took an athlete the caliber of Rickett to hawk him down and save the scoring touchdown. But a couple plays later, boom, they're back in. And then again, defense comes out. What were they able to do in that first half? Nothing. What did they do in the second half? Completely shut the door. Offense looks completely discombobulated for the Warriors. Gives the ball right back to the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, who then turn around. Richards again puts the team on his back, hauls them downfield, and boom, puts another score in, and you're looking at a tie ball game. And you're thinking to yourself, where was this team?
Yeah.
And then the fourth quarter comes along, and Mount Vernon just couldn't get the ball.
No.
Watkins started after the score, and they didn't give it to him until halfway through the second.
Yeah, it
or
was 6 minutes
quarter.
and 18 seconds left when they finally got the ball.
So
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
So then you battle back and forth. Your defense steps up big, stops them on 2 huge third downs. Even after they had a bonehead play that gave them a free first down, they still stood up again and stopped them. You get yourself in an opportunity. You set yourself up for a winning field goal at the end of the game, tied all 21-21. Gay Montoya has been there for you all first half. He was the only reason you were still even in this ball game to have it considered to be a potential to come back. And the young man gets his kick blocked. You lose a little bit of that momentum. You come here in the second, or you come into the overtime, you knew your offense was on a roll. So that is why he took the ball. He said, boys, we have been humming. We're not going to stop. Let's go.
Sure.
And they looked like they were humming. They had a beautiful pass play into the end zone. And there, that abusive relationship with that yellow flag came back out, and they lost it on a false start. Then right after that, they compounded it with a huge sack and took themselves completely out of any opportunity to score. Turned the ball over. Watkins came out on the field. Quick hitter, gets them down inside the 5. Another quick hitter on a power eye dive. Ball game.
Yeah, that was laid out perfectly by you right there. That was a roller coaster of a ride, man. You didn't know exactly what you were going to get when this game started, and you really didn't know what you were going to get after it got going with all the ups and the downs that went with it. But a tough loss for Mount Vernon. I mean, they showed that they can compete in this game, but for Watkins, nice to get off the schneid, nice to get on the board right there. You get that first win of the season. Team that felt like they probably should have already had a win or two. That's big time for them, and just a heck of a game.
So you look at Mount Vernon, again, just need to find that way to seal the deal.
Yeah.
You look over on the other side of the ball, you get that first victory. I look at that team and I say, okay, well, the first half you had nothing but Ricketts, Pizza Cottage player of the game. Second half, Mount Vernon's adjustments took them completely out of the ball game. And then you got to look at who stepped up. Well, John Appel stepped up. Their quarterback, Samson, had a great game.
Yeah.
Rocco had a great game on the defensive side. And so who do you sit there and say has got to be the Pizza Cottage player of the game?
Honestly, I'm going to go with Rocco there towards the end. I thought there was some massive plays, and I get it. Well, you saw from him, maybe on the stat sheet's not going to go wow you. But the energy, the heart that he played with towards the end of that game, he was stamping his name all over that game. And when they go back and look at this, I guarantee the coaches are going to grade him out pretty darn high because he looked darn impressive down the stretch right there where the team needed him most.
I agree, and there's no doubt about it. So congratulations to the young man, Rocco Pascal, for Watkins, as he is the Pizza Cottage player of the game. So for Gary Busey, who was bringing you all of the great and wonderful visual effects, Austin Myers. Wow, the tongue needs to be I'm going home. Austin Maurice, I'm Kyle Kirsten. Have a great weekend, and God bless.